You meet in a tavern. Well, I say a tavern. It's a very spacey tavern. In fact, it's a very Klingonish kind of tavern. You're all standing around with your drinks, with your favourite drinks in hand, and a very fussy-looking Children of Tamar waiter, because he's just a figure that I had left over from the last game we played, is going around giving you your drinks. Suddenly, the door opens, and in walks a large posse of very, very grumpy-looking Klingons.
Oh, cool, you got those guys.
Now, each one of you has a Klingon standing nearby.
Okay.
Oops, sorry.
That can't be bad.
Now, because your captain is an expert in Klingon relations, no, he doesn't get a fate point for this, he knows the deal of what is just about to happen. No, by the way, despite the fact that all your figures have their guns out, in reality, none of you are armed. You're in a bar. You're not in
I thought it was in
a Western. Yes, well, you are kind of, but you know,
we're not armed at all.
You're not armed.
Okay.
You're in the bar, and uncharacteristically, the Klingons have left their weapons at the check-in place.
You hit the
as
biggest
well.
one first. All right, and we'll go from there.
Now, no, don't go there just yet. Because your captain understands what's going on here. You see, the Klingons are coming in and they want to just see how you react to things.
Okay. No.
And so you are in the situation where you're facing off against a bit of a Klingon insult fest.
Is this a post
I think we should throw in the Vulcan hello and just open fire.
No.
Well, as long as they don't insult the ship, Ray won't go off.
Now, so
Right.
the way that this is going to work is simple. Each one of you has probably most of you have a rapport skill. If you find your rapport skill on there, you can use that. So if you when your character gets insulted, you choose to either give a reply, and that reply should be witty enough to get me smiling.
Which way does this go?
Okay. Just a reminder, your character sheet.
See, I've only got the character creation worksheet.
There we go. Well, we need to
We
sort
need
that
to
out.
work out mine. Okay.
Right. Okay. So if you have a look, your character sheet has
Yep.
4 skills at average, 3 skills at fair, 2 skills at good, 1 skill at great, no skills at superb, but you can in various ways by using using an aspect or sometimes a stunt, bump your skill up to superb for a moment or something like that.
Sure.
Okay? Now, when I roll for something, I will generally tell you what level of success you need.
Okay.
So, if you guys could pass over the fate dice there. Can I have the one of the 2 blue sets, please? You should have 4.
Yep.
You should have 4 dice.
Right.
And the idea is that each dice has plus, minus, or blank.
Yep.
You roll a dice
Yep.
when you're trying to use a skill. And look, I've just rolled blank, plus, minus, minus. So that means the blank means nothing. The plus and minus are nothing. So the minus means that I'm down 1 on whatever skill I was using.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, what you will be doing is, you will be your choice is, you can either use game mechanics. You can roll against rapport. If you succeed at get good or better, then nothing happens and we move to the next person. If you fail and you get -1, if you get a failure, you get -1 to your next rapport roll because you find that this starts to compound. If anybody manages to get an epic failure, which would be -2 or worse, that will result in a Klingon punching you.
Sweet. That's going to feel so
now
good.
that's the option of just using game mechanics. However, I'm going to give you a bit of time to think about this before we get started, and I'm going to say when the Klingon starts talking to you, if you can come up with a witty rejoinder,
Yep.
and if I think it's witty, if you come up with a witty rejoinder quickly,
Yep.
I will let you. That counts as a success.
Okay.
If it's witty enough, I may give you a fate point. Does that make sense to everyone?
Sure.
Okie dokie. So let's get started. Now,
So does each aspect which is relevant in this particular interaction counting as +1, or is that variable depending on what you, as the games master, think we're up to?
sorry, say again.
Each use of an aspect, is that usually +1 or is it variable?
It's based on what your score is.
Aspects are the things like citizen of the universe and stuff like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
That depends on the circumstances.
Yeah.
Now, if you use an aspect, if you say, because of this aspect, I can blah, then you have to pay a fate point.
Right.
If I say, because you have that aspect, you must blah, I pay you a fate point.
Right, okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep, okay.
Okay, so, Nevaeus. The Klingon walks up to you, and she says, I've never met a Federation officer before. Strange. For people with such a bold reputation, you don't look like much.
Okay. For what it's worth, Navas both has Citizen of the Universe, so she also can tell exactly what the Klingon is up to, just like the captain, and also calm in the face of danger. She says, the humans have a expression, still hand within the velvet glove. They don't look like much, we don't look like much, but we've got lots in there that you can't see, and it's very lethal.
The Klingon steps back, impressed.
Thank you. Oh, pardon me.
Teacher Dave,
Yes.
the Klingon in front of you says, Hamsoshi.
Do I roll on my Klingon?
Do you speak Klingon? Well, we don't know, do we?
I don't think.
Okay, if you don't speak Klingon, you assume your skill is 0.
Okay.
How would you know if it's good?
Well, it might be something that you'd notice. Of course, an expert in Klingon relations might speak Klingon and might be able to translate for him.
When you say might,
Would
I
be
think they would.
Don't
They
we
would
have-
Subtle
be able
hint.
to.
don't we have universal translation?
Yes, I was about to say. Universal translator.
Which work when it's convenient.
Okay.
So do you wish to translate for Teacher Dave?
Sure.
Go. What did you just say to me?
So the Klingon says, your mother has a smooth forehead.
She wasn't. Oh, hang on. My mother has a smooth forehead.
How do you know what it is?
Oh, okay. So I'll wait. I'll wait for you to tell me then.
Yeah, okay, so the captain...
Could I answer that?
Oh,
You could if you wish.
be dreadfully
Enough-
Budinsky of you.
I'll say at least he had a mother.
Oh! Now, that was a situation which I wasn't quite expecting.
Nice. Good job. Well done,
The
Captain.
Klingon is rolling on his rapport. Which...
Said in Klingon as well.
Said in Klingon, yes. The Klingon doesn't like what he just heard, but he manages to avoid punching you, which is good. Okay, next we have Mr. Space Ninja himself. Klingon looks at you and goes, I have always wanted to know what it is like to be a Patah. Could you tell me?
It means we try harder.
I feel like it was an advertisement.
I honestly don't know what to do with that response.
I think that's a success.
I think
The Klingon's gone to scratch his head in the corner. Confused him for 3 hours.
Oh, how many little fake things am I supposed to have? Or what
Three.
are the little-
Three.
Oh, okay. Right,
Okay, right.
3 out of there.
No, not those ones.
Not those.
Not
They're
those.
special ones. I won't.
Well,
take
actually,
those.
well, no, it's just because I've counted those out for something else. That's all.
Oh, okay,
There's
fine.
4 there, is that correct? Or-
That's-
Yeah,
he's got
I
4.
won a fate point.
No, what it was I counted out the wrong numbers. Hang on, here we go. Here's yours.
All right, thank you.
Okay, well, I'm not giving you a fate point for that, but I'm letting you get away with it. Okay, now, Ray. So, the Federation has sent a garbage scow to face us.
Oh,
There is little honor in defeating so weak an opponent.
That's not a Klingon accent.
Close enough.
It's close enough. It sounds pretty
Close.
It's pretty. It's just
So
pretty
what are my
I know,
options?
I know. In my dreams,
Your options are you
how
can
they
come up
speak.
with a snappy rejoinder.
I'm hearing cola.
You can roll on rapport, or if you think it's appropriate, you can just punch on if you feel.
Nah. I'll just roll.
Okay, roll for rapport.
I don't quite understand. They're just coming in up and saying one thing at a time. I don't quite understand.
Maybe
It could
it's
be.
happening simultaneously, but
Yeah.
unfortunately,
Oh,
John has
so
only got
it's
one
a
mouth, so
mistake.
we have to
He
do
didn't
it
record all of
serially.
them to play all of this simultaneously.
So are we all at different tapes?
Well, we're all at the
kind of
same
standing
We're at the
around.
bar.
at the
Oh,
bar.
we're just standing sort of in a line
Standing at
around
the bar.
this corner.
Yeah, we're standing at the bar.
Is
Have
it
you
the
been to a bar
1.5?
before? This is a bar. Guinan is here, and we're all standing here and
I
getting
got
drinks.
You got one. What's your rapport
Surrounded by
score?
Klingons.
My-
One
that
of
is
each
my
Klingon
report.
is
Oh, right,
to one
okay.
of each of us.
So
Yeah.
yes, you are -1 for your next insult because that was not a success.
Just going.
Okay, now let's see. Now, who's got Benji Musi, the science officer?
That's you.
Do you think of something
I'm
you can
not-
do? Or I
Okay.
think of something. I'll do.
Okay.
Okay, righto.
We can share ideas. Okay.
The Klingon leans over to another Klingon and says,
Metagaming.
"Gach sobe."
There you go.
That's a form of ice cream.
Does sound like it, doesn't it? Which is
It's a very tentacly
Just
word.
say, I'll have 2 scoops.
Yes, that's perfect.
You say I'll have 2 scoops?
no. I'm assuming he doesn't have Klingon either. So what did he say?
Gach sobe.
I don't think
So
that's
what
quite
did
what
he
he
say?
meant. I don't think he meant.
He doesn't eat live serpent worms.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the correct answer. I'll excuse
That was quite an astonishingly correct answer. So I'm giving Benji a fate point.
Okay.
Excellent.
That was his idea.
That's all right.
Okay.
We're okay. No, it's fine.
A Klingon leans over to Peter's character
Yes.
and says, "Not that." Now,
I've heard that
this one
before.
is not a hard one to understand. This one normally means, "What do you want?" And depending on the context, it can mean 3 things. It can mean, "What do you want?" If said with a friendly tone of voice, it can mean, "I greet you." In this context, it's pretty much the same as somebody in a bar saying, "What are you looking at?"
It's too basic to respond to. Hang on, give me a second.
Would you like to try something like sizing up a worthy adversary?
No.
Okay.
Might be insulting.
I'm just
Ugly
gonna
son
go
of a-
for a roll here.
Okay, roll. Go for
Roll.
it.
Go.
Okay, I'm on average, so
I'd never say such a thing, Pete. That's even
That's a 0.
worse than average.
No, that's that. Well, you're on average, so it was a failure, but it wasn't a spectacular failure. It just means next time they speak to you, you would have to work at less rapport, except for one thing. You see, that Klingon saying that to you involved picking up your glass of blood wine, and turning it upside down on the bar. How do you respond?
It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Don't do it.
No, it is.
It's not worth it. Don't do it.
who's standing next to me?
Oh my God, no.
The captain and
That's me. That's you, is it?
and the little weedy guy who works at the helm.
Where am I? Am I all the way down here?
No,
I've got to
that's
imagine
you. That's you there.
I'm
You're
wearing
between
a of course
Captain
I'd have
and
command
Wesley.
red.
Well, I just look at him,
Oh,
flourish
yeah.
dramatically, take the captain's glass and turn it upside down. And stare back at him.
The Klingon is now very confused. Leans over, mutters to his mate.
What you should do is you do that, then cheer, go, yeah!
Bingo!
And then if you do that, I'll turn mine upside down and go, ha ha! So we'll
At
turn
this
it into
point-
some sort of game.
At this point, a big beefy Klingon fist whacks you straight in the
Oh,
face.
that was so uncalled for.
Okay, so I'm rolling for the Klingon who has a fight of 3,
Oh, okay.
Oh, jeez.
but he manages 2. You've got to fight back.
Okay, I have a fight of 4 and I just rolled 0.
So you punched the Klingon. So the Klingon facing you is down 1. Okay. Now, can everyone else please roll for notice?
What, we notice him getting punched?
Roll for notice. Yeah.
It's a rowdy bar. Obviously, things like this happen all the time.
Bing sound.
Well, in my particular
Oh,
case,
there.
it's here,
Okay, yeah.
0.
but yours might be somewhere.
Oh, yeah, 3. I got plus 3.
Oh,
So I roll
yeah.
all my dice plus 3?
All of them plus 3, yeah.
You think you'd notice I turned your glass over?
Yeah.
I think that, wouldn't you?
So 4 I got, Jono, on those.
So, Teacher
I've
Dave.
got to find my sheet. I'm going to
It's
take
4.
all of the sheets out of my thing just to look for it.
Okay, who else is roll? Okay, so that was your notice. You
4.
rolled 4.
4.
What did you roll?
I might not. That might be
Total
it.
of a roll of 0 for a total of 2.
Is 2. Yep.
Zero. Something like that.
Okay, Ray is 0. Peter, oh, you were already involved. Actually, no, you roll for your notice as well, please.
I noticed I hit him.
But you notice
You
you've been
noticed
hit.
Where's notice again? There. Okay. Yeah, I think I noticed.
What have you got? What's your total?
5.
Okay, so Pete is 5. And Captain, what's your notice? 2. Okay.
As he gets into the
Can you
fight,
in-
his senses go
can-
hyper aware. His nose, peripheral vision picks up. He can see through time.
Saxon? Yeah, that's right. Saxon, can you roll again? And Captain, can you roll again, please?
Okay. This is a notice again, I presume? Mm-hmm. Okay, total of 4 this time.
Yes, same
Okay, roll again.
Again. Roll till you lose.
Maybe.
Yep. 0 this time.
here. I got 1.
Okay, so the Captain is first. Okay, righto.
I never got.
Now, I'm just going to roll for the Klingons.
You're at the helm of the bar.
Oh, yes, can someone roll for Benji, please?
Sorry.
3, okay, that's neat. Okay, I'm going to rewrite that because that's really hard to read. So Peter is 5.
Sounds like me marking my kindy work.
Teacher Dave is 4.
You mark Kindy with it?
Dr.
Don't
Dave,
even start. Don't start with me.
3.
Promotion.
Urban
Do you read all the books in the library?
is 2.
That's
Saxon
probably bad.
is 2. And Ray is 0. Okay, righto. Now, I just need to roll for your Klingons. And they've all got a notice of 2 just to keep my numbers easily. So Peter's one has -1, so that's 1.
While he's doing that, how have things been over at Chatswood Library?
Not too good.
Jesus.
We do that well, don't
Are
we?
you at the same place at
Oh,
all?
they're wonderful.
We'll try again. Okay, ask again.
How have things been at Chatswood Library?
Not so good.
Heaven.
Didn't work quite so well that time.
Yeah,
It's hard to replicate that.
Okay, the Klingons all did very badly on their rolls, so you guys have got the drop on them. Peter,
Yes.
so
them.
the first your Klingon is already at -1. so you roll for fight.
Yes, I roll for 5.
So you've got all this.
What skill is Fight.
Damn.
Oh, yeah.
2,
Fight.
4, 6.
Who could that be? I thought we were
Okay, you got
here.
6.
Did Dave show up after all?
And the Klingon cops another one straight to the jaw. Okay, Teacher Dave,
Yeah.
What do you use?
roll the punch your roll the
What
punch
do
your
you use to
Klingon.
hit them?
I'm
What
assuming I'm
skill
using
do we
my
use
hand.
for fighting?
Fight.
Which one is hand? Oh, fight.
Fight. Sorry.
Look at that.
If you don't have fight, you assume it's a
zero.
0.
I've got like con, notice, command, and it'll be in that, will it?
No, yeah, it's up here. So con, notice, will, command, physique, tactical, empathy, operations, rapport, diplomacy. So your fight is 0.
Excellent. I'm a lover, not a fighter.
You really are.
Okay, 0. So I do
I've never actually
1.
had to fight because
Okay, you've
I'm
got
actually
1.
just bored again.
The Klingon against
I
you
didn't work my way up. I just was.
gets 5.
Do a fetal position.
So you are
That's gonna hurt.
you are
That's
copying
gonna hurt.
2.
How do I record that?
I'm recording it. Don't worry.
Okay.
Because this
How much
I
life?
think
How many
that
hit
means
points do I
you
have?
you've each got 3. So
Yeah, I'm gonna be unconscious.
okay, righto. Dr. Dave.
Ow, I got hit. Ow.
Um,
Captain, they're beating me
the
up.
Klingon
I'm about to get it as well.
Klingon facing him.
They hit
3,
my face. I'm too beautiful to get punched
2,
in the
1.
face.
He has a bad one. Punch
That's
is
the same
1.
characteristic
Can someone roll for
for,
Teacher Dave? For Dr. Dave, please.
Zaya.
Fight.
Yeah, true. I have beautiful characters. So.
Oh,
Okay.
that is not good.
-2. No, minus
It's 1 minus 2.
-1.
Quick, work
Minus
it out.
1. Okay, so at 1, the Klingon managed to bop Dr. Dave on the nose, but it's only 1. Okay, righto. Urban. And this is happening at the same time as 2 Klingons. Actually, no, sorry. My mistake. The Klingon facing off against Urban.
Not in there.
He gets 6. Urban, you roll for your fight.
No, I think I'm just dead.
No, not quite. You roll for fight. If you don't have it, it counts as 0.
Now you're dead.
Oh, wow!
So I think I'm
jeez.
dead.
The captain goes down like a sack of spuds. That's because the Klingon got 3 and got above superb. You got below terrible. So that the Klingon is down.
No,
the,
Protect your captain.
the captain is down like a
Isn't
sack of
that-
spuds.
Protect your glass jaw.
Isn't that 1011?
No, it's
Wow. Okay.
I tell you what,
1111.
Benji can get my head, you can get my body, and get it back to the
one
ship.
in-
You may still be able to find me.
one out of 81.
Okay. Now. Yeah. So sorry. Now, well, Urban's. We're not worrying about the captain's punch then. Saxon.
Navis says quite calmly, let us proceed.
Okay. Good.
Okay, so
a 0.
total 1
Oh no, it isn't a 0.
on top of the 0 is a final total of 1.
Okay, so 1. Okay, so the Klingon up against Dr. Dave punches and gets a 3. Actually, no, I'm going to keep it simple. I'm just going to go for the one against you.
Just gonna
Saxon.
kill him.
Okay.
So yeah, the one against you gets 3, 4, 5. 5. And so you cop a bit of a snot beating there. So you're
Yes.
down. You're down to you're down -2. So you've got 1 hit point left. Ray. Okay, you the Klingon punches you first. But the Klingon stumbles a bit and has a fight of 2. So he's quite beatable.
Probably not.
What'd you get?
0.
0. Okay. Well, you only cop 1 on the head, but so you're -1. Now back to Peter. All of you have taken a bit of a beating at the hands of these Klingons.
TPK.
Okay.
The first one.
TPK.
Yes, you did. You did very well. So, Peter, you're still going against your Klingon.
Yes.
So, roll for fight.
Yes, of course.
This reminds me of the dire weasel.
Okay. That's 6.
6.
The dire weasels.
No,
And
There was
your
only
Klingon
one.
has gone down. So we firstly got the captain going down, and then we've got Peter's Klingon going down. Now, so that's good. Teacher Dave,
Yep.
You've still got you're bloodied but still going.
Okay, I want to try something just before I punch.
Yep, go ahead.
Computer, end simulation.
Oh, gee.
That option is not available at this
Oh,
point.
shit. Worth a try.
Yeah, it was worth a try.
Okay, computer, exit.
That
Okay.
option is not
Alright,
available
so,
at this time.
Okay.
That at least helps you with one thing, doesn't it?
Computer phaser.
If you get your data pad, type
That
in
option
G.
is not available.
Oh, gee. -1.
If you get
Okay.
your data pad, type in #GOD.
Yeah, no.
Yes, you go down. So, Teacher Dave goes down.
Okay, who removed the safeties from the holodeck so we're all getting the crap beat down?
Okay,
fine,
Urban's down. Saxon.
Mr. Beaker.
Okay. No. So those cancel out. Total of -2.
-2. Oh dear. Well, the Klingon cancels out as well, so that was embarrassing. Neither of you inflicted any damage on each other. Okay.
Are we taking out of it throws at each other, missing?
Must be.
Oh,
Ray,
dear.
your Klingon has a go at you
Probably just successful blocking.
and has exactly 3.
I wish. Two.
Okay, so you take another hit, but you'll live
Another what? What do I take?
You take I'm just saying you take another hit to your head.
Right, so I don't have to mark that.
You don't have to mark anything. Normally you would, and I'd tell you what to mark, but right now you don't. Okay, Peter. Now your Klingon has gone down, so you can choose to face off against another Klingon.
Oh, well, I should probably face off against the guy who doesn't have someone to fight.
Okay.
Do it, right on. Take them all
Well,
out.
this one doesn't have someone to fight either.
You're about to be
Okay.
swarmed and pummeled.
So that's the one that's facing off against Teacher Dave. So he's got initiative 1, so you're still beating his initiative.
So they're attacking us, but we get an equal attack back.
Yeah.
But
Well,
we don't
basically,
get to
I'm
attack
keeping it
them.
very simple.
That's a 3.
That's a 3. Klingon gets a 4, so you cop a little smack to the head as well, Peter.
Okay.
Okay, now Teacher Dave's down. Dr. Dave is still going.
Try not to step on you.
So Dr. Dave is up against his Klingon.
It won't matter. We're all going to medical. We'll all get in trouble with the doctor of turning the safeties off.
Urban, are you operating Teacher Dave? Dr. Dave?
I bet this was your idea.
Take a swing against the
Why are you
Klingon.
blaming me?
I don't know. It just seems logical. This wouldn't have been my idea.
What's his like?
-1.
Oh dear.
He's really
Klingon
gonna
is
be
3,
mad if he
so
killed his
he
character.
takes a double damage. So that means he's down as well.
You killed him.
Okay. Urban is down. Saxon.
Yes. Okay.
You've never seen Kobayashi Maru done as a bar fight before.
Total of 0.
Total 0. Klingon's 2, so that's enough for Saxon to go down. So it's down to Ray. Who have we still got? We've got Ray and Peter.
Guys, you can take them all. Go. Easy.
Okay, Ray?
Yeah.
0.
0. You got crushed. Okay, so down you go. So now down to Peter, who is now hopefully in a kill craze frenzy.
See if there's any weapons around. See, like, it doesn't matter. They'll fight with honour, but you don't have to. Pick up something. What is there? What is there around that you can
Chairly?
pick up?
There's lots of bodies on the floor.
Pick up a chair.
Unfortunately,
What's wrong with the
most
chair?
of them you
No,
can't.
Can you let him pick up a chair?
I'm
and
no, I'm going to do this the right way.
No, don't.
Yeah.
No honour in the right way.
That's 5.
5. Okay, the Klingon facing off against you. You take down that Klingon too.
That's 2.
At this point, you hear doo-doo. End simulation.
God, we didn't all have to die.
And at this point, let's see, where did I put it? You are all facing off against. You're all facing off against The bar in the Klingons fade suddenly, replaced by the familiar black with yellow stripes of the holodeck. Standing nearby is Lieutenant Miral Paris. Lieutenant Paris is normally the chief of security aboard the USS Kirk, but until you reach your destination, she is on secondment as your liaison and protocol officer. That was mostly good, she says. In this situation, the Klingons will frequently pick a fight, and you manage to keep your honour by standing up to them for quite some time. It is well done to you that you managed to hold your temper.
Are we conscious now?
Oh yeah, you've stopped being unconscious.
Right, we can stand back up.
By some weird holodeck magic, you can take a beating and still be conscious. So presumably, you just got a number that says you are now down. Okay, so you managed to hold your temper. The Klingons were deliberately goading you. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to restart the program, and we're going to do that again.
Oh, great!
Except we're not going to do that again because that would be a little dull. Captain's log. Can you read the captain's log, please?
Oh, that's amazing. The Tamworth is en route to the Klingon homeworld of Kronos, where we are about to take part in the 50th Stellar Games. For the statement of value of the Alliance to the Federation, some of Starfleet's elite vessels and crew have been directed to participate, as well as us. The Enterprise is going to be there, competing in a number of space events.
Space events.
And Starfleet will be conducting a number of crew members there. And Starfleet will be conducting a number of crew members there, as well as a contingent of the best civilian athletes. Mm-hmm. Although we're far from an elite ship, the Tamworth has a proud heritage of competing in one specific event, the small starship pentathlon. She's won every competition for the last half-century. It happens that the Klingons believe it to be a matter of honour for a Burrell-class bird of prey par to defeat us, and it was deemed important for Starfleet's diplomatic efforts for us to give them that opportunity.
To which Morale says, "This does not mean that you are to make it easy for the Klingons to defeat you. In fact, the very reverse. The Klingons are expecting you to do everything in your power to win, and so you absolutely should. In fact, an honourable victory against the Klingons will serve our diplomatic purposes perhaps better than an honourable defeat. If the Klingons feel like you are in some way letting them win, that would be quite offensive to them. Klingons despise being pitied, but remember that over and above your mission to compete in the race, you are mainly being asked to represent the Federation to the Klingon Empire. They will be watching you, so make sure you conduct yourselves as honourable warriors." So, the small starship pentathlon is simple in concept. Basically, starships are required to manoeuvre around a pre-arranged course. There are 5 aspects to the event, as the name pentathlon suggests. Navigation. The race is to be completed in the shortest time possible, so you will need to navigate an optimal course. That is your job.
Yep.
Engineering. The ship will need to operate at peak efficiency, especially the impulse engines, and should anything go wrong during the race, it needs to be repaired on the go. That is your job. Scanning. There will be a number of hazards around the course, and the sooner they are detected, the easier it will be to respond to them. That will be Mbushi's job. Shielding. Hazards will take the form of dust, asteroids, or energy, and effective shielding will prevent the ship from being slowed down. That's your job. And tactical. At random intervals, there will be targets placed on the course. Ships will fire phaser shots at each target. If the target is missed, there will be a time penalty. That's your job. So...
You get to stay in your quarters, you get to do nothing. You just hang back.
Oh, no, the captain's...
No, I'm just going to go around, and as you do things, I'm just going to hit you on the back of the head violently to lower the amount of... to lower how good you are, enough for us to lose. That's my job.
No. You're not... Okay. The Klingon...
No, actually, I've got a better idea.
We should just
I'm going to make
Shabbat.
Benji do all these things.
Oh, yeah.
Just him. While we all go to our rooms.
See how he goes. Flying from console to console.
Lieutenant Paris does a double take.
Yeah, it's
I
fine.
presume you are joking, Captain.
Well,
Okay.
no, did I just read this out loud and then you answer me?
You know how this TV show goes. You have the captain's log, and then it cuts to the briefing room where the person's talking.
Ah, okay.
See? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So there are 4 ships contesting the race. Obviously, we are one of them, but ships have been fielded by the Ferengi, the Romulans, and the Klingons.
Okay.
The first ship you will be up against is the FMS Kraklach. This is a small Ferengi shuttlecraft. It qualifies for the race just, but it is the cheapest ship that its captain, Gluon, could afford.
We could probably just buy the ship.
There is simply no way that a ship that small could have impulse engines that are large enough or powerful enough to match us.
Cheating.
They've dodged it up for sure. They've dodged it to the max.
It is highly...
They've got some plutonian.
It is highly manoeuvrable, but has little shielding and only one phaser bank.
It's going to explode.
Yeah,
We've got to
frankly,
get away from it.
Frankly, this is unlikely to challenge us.
Oh, jeez.
If we accidentally vaporized it with our plasma beams,
We won't have to. They'll kill themselves. They'll kill themselves pushing it to the absolute max with
they'll just end up in the
There'd
next
be-
solar
but
system.
there'd be some less
Dodgy.
Ferengi in the world.
some dodgy
I would just
black
like-
market thing.
I would
they've
like in
bought.
passing for you to admire the name Gluon, because I thought that was a good name for a Klingon
They
character.
probably loaded it with that friggin' Discovery tardigrade shit, and they're just gonna hyper jump from place to place. We'll have no chance.
Fair enough. The IRW Senator Pardek. This is a Talis-class warbird. It was built about the same time as the Tamworth, but as far as we can tell, it spent most of the last 3 decades awaiting scrapping. It was rescued from the scrap heap after the destruction of the Romulan homeworld and has been pressed into service again. It has therefore not been upgraded as frequently as the Tamworth and is unlikely to be a serious opponent.
Asking a silly
have the
question.
best
In terms of Starfleet battles, what is
The
that?
Klingon ship will be
I
awesome.
don't
Like a
know. I thought
D5
this was
or
the
something?
best
Oh,
people competing.
the best people are competing, just not in this event.
Okay.
This event is there mainly for tradition's sake.
We've won this event before.
Oh, so this
Obviously,
is like
if
the
the
this is like the Sydney ferry race. This is what we're in. Right now, I get it.
And what one was it that won that year and then it
we
promptly
go.
sank in?
That's the one, yes.
The Charlotte or something. I don't
It
know.
was,
They're all named after first
The
fleet.
they're all
I-
lady something.
The IKS Pach. This is a Burrell-class bird of prey. Originally the IKS Kalor, it was renamed for a ship destroyed in the Dominion War. It is captained by General Clag, who by rights should have a more powerful flagship.
General Clay.
Don't laugh, that's actually his name. And he's a character from the TV show, so it's not my problem. Okay?
and Captain Clag is not the commander of the Gluon.
Yeah, I just realised that right as we go.
He's a good guy. To
Who
stick
by
to,
rights
man.
should have a more powerful flagship, but he served for many years as the first officer of the original Pacht. I suppose Klingons can be sentimental too. Although it is old, the ship has been in frontline service for almost as long as the Tamworth and has been the subject of continual upgrades and refits. So the Pacht is our primary competition. Now, our constraints. The rules of the race put limits on the mass of the starship permitted to compete in this event. The Oberth class is at the upper end of that limit, and the Tamworth is one of maybe 3 to 4 starships currently on Starfleet strength that are capable of competing. We aren't building any more either. Today's starships are bigger and more capable than those constructed back when the first Star games were introduced. But whilst the size of the space frame is restricted, the capabilities are not. We are free to upgrade the ship as much as we choose, and in whatever way we choose. The Tamworth already has the largest and most powerful impulse engines that can be fitted into its frame, one of the reasons for its proud record in this event. But that doesn't mean we can't be better. You might feel the need to upgrade some of the systems. So over to you, Captain. What do you wish to upgrade? Now, I'm stepping out of Morale Paris's character and into my own, the word from the GM. Captain, in a moment you will be able to assign your crew to upgrade as many or as few systems as you wish. Before you do, however, these upgrades all carry a risk. If things go unexpectedly badly in the process of your work, you could wind up with systems that are less effective than normal.
We're not in the Sydney Ferry race. We're in wacky races.
That's what I was thinking.
Yes.
No, the Klingon, no, the Ferengi said that.
Each of your bridge crew should be assigned to a particular system. More than one crew member might be able to stave off a particular
So we
failure.
kill more?
Yeah, we are. We are the equivalent.
You are
The
a crew.
Ferengi are the cave mobile things.
Ferengi's their thing is money, so, you know, They've got the best ship that money can buy. Just not very much money. Because they're also cheap. Anyway.
Why are they competing?
Why wouldn't they? Probably
Yeah,
there's
what's in it for
What
me?
is your problem,
Yeah,
human?
It's probably gold plate Latin.
Yeah, that's right. Maybe we can make a side bet with them.
Yeah, later.
Okay, crew members, you are now to advise the captain on what needs to be done. You can also discuss whether your system or another system should be prioritised. Skill checks will happen. Some of them will obviously be related to the system you're upgrading, and others might be a surprise. You should also know that we're role-playing this freeform, so if you come up with good Star Trek-y reasons for doing what you're doing, you might get extra fate points, especially if it involves your character's aspects. Hint, hint, hint. So, what I would like you to do now is all flip over the piece of paper that I've given you. And
I've
there's
got-
one
I've
for
got engineering.
Lucy
And
as well.
you can read mine as well, David.
Oh, there you go. That's right. I haven't read it.
Well, I gave it to you because he was sitting there at that time. Okay, righto. So, what I would like you to do is each of you read out in turn your suggestion. Obviously, starting just going around the table, starting from you. Well, you're reading as
sorry.
Dr. Dave here.
I'm reading to myself.
Do it in the voice of the supervisor.
The primary sensor! No, I'm not gonna
He
do
didn't really sound like that.
Who the hell is that?
Dr. Dave.
That is
Oh,
not Dr.
good
Dave.
lord.
It's so
exactly
not-
like Dr. Dave.
Yes.
Uncanny. I thought he was here in the room.
It was weird, wasn't
Wow.
it? For a moment. Like, if I was
Wow.
under the table, you'd go, Dave?
Yeah, I almost spat out my coffee. It was.
Captain, the
was a
primary
surprise.
sensor array needs maintenance.
Stop it. Just read it in your own voice.
We're currently below
Jaws
specifications.
yours.
Let
We
him read
take
his
the
bit.
primary array offline and give all the major components a good clean, replacing the antennas and checking for anything that needs replacing, anything else that needs replacing, we could increase the detection range, since the race involves unseen hazards that will be worth something.
Okay.
I understood that not.
He's going to do sensor array stuff. And he's saying he wants to take it apart, clean it, and put it back together and replace anything that he thinks needs replacing.
Oh, there's a comma there. Okay.
There's commas and full stops all over the place.
It's called grammar.
The
Punctuation, I
the
used
last sentence, I just thought, since the race involves unseen hazards that will be worth something.
He
we
was making a little Ferengi joke there.
Yes, I thought we were going to meet hazards that would be like economically viable.
Oh my goodness. Read
Your
yours,
turn.
please.
Good luck.
Oh, I so want to do this in the voice of the Sept
Do it in David's
military
voice.
advisor.
I'd forgotten how much I enjoyed GMing.
Sounds like a
Shut
challenge.
Welcome to my
What the
world.
fuck is David's voice?
That was
language.
it. You got it then.
Oh, excellent.
Isn't this your one?
Yes,
It is.
Read it in your
But
own
he-
voice.
Oh,
He's
hang
reading
on.
it to me in the quiet.
That's right, I'm George
How come the
Segal,
ball
basically.
represented in the
Captain!
Hey,
Captain!
not yet.
The
Don't give me
phasers
ideas.
are tuned to ship combat, which requires high energy bursts
Slow down. I'm having trouble keeping up.
with the rest cycle between them.
It's a perfect imitation of William Shatner.
In combat sims, we will face during the race.
During the race,
This is painful.
we, two words.
Can you read the damn thing, please?
We only need to fire low dash energy intensity bursts so that we can reduce the rest cycle time. With some adjustments to the targeting software, we should be able to fire 4 shots in the time normally used for 3.
Wow.
I've done this many times, this race, obviously, and won every single time.
No,
Yes.
this is,
So I
this is your
would
first
know.
time on the ship.
So we've never done this before, ever. So, do we have to shoot the other player?
No, you
No,
don't
we
shoot
have
the
to
other players, shoot the
random
targets.
targets at the
Okay.
You know,
That was
you know,
a
like
good
in-
question, though, I thought.
You're like in a
I could have just started ordering the
But
most
if the other
horrible...
ships, if the other ships happen to be between us and the targets,
No, it's probably some safety thing. You wouldn't be allowed to shoot the other ships. But the Ferengis are obviously dodged up their weapons so they can. They'll attack us for sure.
gears.
So, what's the problem though? If you do that, there's more chance of the cycle not working, isn't there?
Well, you don't know what the
Yes.
risks are. Okay?
Right. Next,
Or the ship could implode.
Can we suggest other
all
things?
the
A
time.
negative space wedgie.
Yes.
Okay, if you can come up with something, that's good.
Well, I'll read out what I was supposed to read out, which is, Captain, the plasma conduits are old and worn. We can make the ship considerably more efficient if we replicate and fit an auxiliary PTC. It could give the impulse engines a bit of extra speed. But what I was going to say is the Ferengi are bound to be up to something, and they'll probably sabotage our ship. So I suggest we upgrade our security systems.
I'm going to suggest that that Morale Paris says, no, I don't think you're going to need to do that.
We've killed them already.
No.
Excellent.
The
Ferengi- the
ship
Ferengi-
is a ghost ship.
They turned on their engine with carbon monoxide took over.
Just see the Ferengi bodies going past the window.
Oh god!
That shouldn't be a problem, Captain.
This is turning into a bit of a fuss. Anyway,
So you think we can make the ship go faster by replacing a piece?
yes.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, the security systems, don't get ahead of yourself. That's episode 2.
Okay.
Next.
Captain, the shield manifolds are set up for combat, where the main threats are energy weapons and radiation bursts from torpedoes. However, during the race, most of the hazards are in the form of kinetic energy, rock strikes and the like. We could retune the shields to a lower bands and decrease the frequency into the kilohertz range. This would make them more effective under those sort of conditions.
Or replace them with Kevlar.
No, shields are not physical objects.
No, Kevlar. Round for
Shaving cream.
Bubble wrap.
So
Space
You're
bubble
saying
wrap.
Space bubble
you're
wrap.
saying we're fine with
Bubble wrap.
non-physical
Bubble
things, but
wrap.
the physical things we can improve.
Yes,
Is this at the cost of the non-physical things?
that's a good question.
It would be, but the thing about it is he's right. You won't be faced because you can't really fire lethal phases during the race.
Dang.
So the physical things are the bigger problem.
Yes. Normally, I'll explain this. Normally in a starship, you have to have your shields at a sort of balance. What Nevaeus is saying, she's telling you that you can optimize the shields for their physical range, which you wouldn't normally want to do in a real life situation.
Set up. We're going to get attacked by a space amoeba, and our improvers will leave us stuff.
Okay, guys, can I just suggest
that
that you
would actually be good.
turn your suspicion just down a couple of notches?
Why?
You are actually going into a race.
Yeah, but the race is obviously going to turn into something else. A giant space amoeba.
Ferengi trying to sabotage us.
I wasn't actually thinking of that, but now that you've given me that idea,
Next.
Or could we go with the whole like Roadrunner Acme thing? Like we could just buy stuff to put in there and try.
no, that's Ferengi's.
a giant.
We have to paint a giant meteor
Yeah,
on
but-
space.
No, we just had a giant boxing fist on the front of the ship.
Right. Oh my
Do
god.
you? Do you?
Okay, I'll
We'll
try
have to
and
do the scissors.
You walked into
I'll
this
try and
with
read this
eyes
as
open.
Kirk so I can just convince you even more.
Is this Wesley doing an
Yeah,
impersonation
of Kirk to make you believe that Captain Kirk's asking you that.
Okay.
Captain, normally the ship is operating at warp speeds and our control programs are set accordingly. If we reprogram,
Can't understand what you're saying.
Okay.
I
If-
cannot
if we-
understand what you're saying.
He's young virile Kirk, I'm old senile Kirk.
yeah,
But I barely understood what you were saying.
okay, I'll start it. Captain, normally the ship is operating at warp speeds and our control programs are set accordingly. If we reprogram, which means like change, if we reprogram the control software for impulse, which is slower than warp, we might be able to allow the ship to really turn quickly, as well as allowing the ship to really speed up and really brake suddenly.
We'll snap in half.
Is any of the course warp?
Tight. No,
There's no warp.
be
It's
all-
No,
it's
we impulse, and then
phase.
we like.
So why would we care about warp speed at all?
That's right. Let's all convert it all to impulse, and that way
I'll
I have
disconnect the warp
best.
nacelles right now with some extra
Have you
weight.
got like a big pair of scissors?
And that way I'll be able to turn the ship even tighter. Like we'll be able to stretch it right
Chief
to
Engineer,
its-
that's an excellent suggestion. The only problem we have with that is
Who's the Chief
you won't be
Engineer?
able to get home.
I thought it was a joke.
If we remove the
Conscious
warp
parts
nacelles, will
behind
be
that.
lighter.
Captain, additionally,
You
I
know,
think
they just made a really good suggestion.
What's that?
Without the warp nacelles, will be lighter.
Yes, that's what I said.
No, the
Oh, that's what.
Oh,
the Klingons
I-
won't be remotely suspicious about that one.
Yes, sir.
Captain, in addition, I think it might be prudent to have a quick word with Azure to explain to him that he understands the concept of contest and he may wish to just simply observe the situation rather than trying to help us.
Who's this?
You know the being that
There
lives
is
in your
that thing
engines.
that lives in the engine.
Oh God, I've forgotten about it.
What does he? Does he
Azure
make things
has
better or worse?
If he's in
interfered
the
from
nacelles,
time
we
to
can get rid of
time.
him.
Just have a quiet word to explain we're going to be having a friendly contest. There is nothing
Yeah,
to
don't-
worry
don't
about
take it
unless we
seriously.
specifically say there is.
What
and
can he
just
do?
watch.
I don't know. Isn't he godlike?
Last
being?
time, as I recall, he had a panic attack and tried to take over the.
When he found out where you were headed, he said, "No, don't go there,"
Yes,
We went
that's
there
correct.
and we went there anyway. And he was kind of right.
It was kind of right. Yes, yeah. Just give him a heads up.
I'm going to make
That's
a real
your
big
job.
confession to you. I'd completely forgotten about it as well.
Oh dear.
I thought so. That was good. You reminded him.
I won't have forgotten about him next session, though.
Hello. You have to go talk to him.
Okay, now you've all
I'll do
given
that
your
later.
suggestion, which, by the way, if I may give the broken down version, each one of you has suggested that your particular item should be upgraded to make it work better. So the captain's got to make the decision. Now, you could allow each one of them to go off on their own, and that would mean the advantage of that is it means you upgrade all the systems.
How many minutes before the race starts?
Oh, this is weeks to go. So we're on the way there. We're not even
Oh.
Takes
in.
forever to get there.
Oh, okay.
No, it takes exactly as long as the plot requires.
Yeah, there you go.
Yay.
Okay, so the thing about it is, the time frame you've got is you can basically you've got time for this one round of upgrades. The opportunity cost of any particular upgrade is that whichever staff members you assign to that particular job can't be used for any other job because it's all being done at the same time. Okay. And that means that you may think it's best to let them all do their own thing, or you may think it might be better to actually have more than one person working on a particular thing.
Why?
Well, because okay, I'm the GM, right?
True.
I wouldn't be giving you this stuff if every option wasn't booby-trapped somehow. So the question is, and the possible consequences are, as I said before, because you're doing these kind of, sticky tape and baling twine upgrades, there's a good chance you could make the system work worse than it currently does. Okay? Now, just to give you some idea about what the situation will be, I have made a very simplified flight mechanic for the actual race. Okay? So basically, what it comes down to is each turn the ship generates the following stats: engineering rolls, and the ship moves forward D4 plus 2 hexes. Con can turn a total of D3 facings split into 2 maneuvers, one before and one after moving. Science can detect up to three threats up to D12 hexes away. Ops, D4 extra shield layers are generated beginning with 2, maximum of 6. Shields diminish threats by successful rolls. And tactical, D3 plus 1 phaser shots available, which are fired by the tactical officer rolling fate dice. Okay? So the idea is I've made it really simple so it moves along fairly quickly.
That was the simple version.
Well, I've just described the entire Starship manoeuvres in one paragraph.
Did you get that, Captain?
Yes.
Good.
So
No problem then.
basically the idiot's version of what we've got here is each one of those systems can be upgraded. But take care. If you do it badly, it can be downgraded.
Don't make the wrong choice.
So,
Suggestion?
discussion now. What do you think should be done? So, you've all heard each other's options as well. So, if you think your system's probably less important than one other or something like that, you may think we get more advantage out of this system than my system. You can argue for that. That's fine. So, it's up to you. You can do as few or as many upgrades as you like. I would suggest no fewer than 2, but it's up to you.
Suggestion?
Okay.
We just leave
So-
the guns and the engines alone.
So a
we
very
make them
quick
the others.
summary just to go around for cross comparing. Benji's was in just a few words. What was his suggested upgrades to?
He wants to make the primary array maintenance. He wants to pull it apart, clean it, and put it back together,
Okay.
and replace any necessary pieces.
And what will that assist us with?
It will improve its specifications. Currently, we're below specification, so it sounds to me like no one's cleaned it for years.
And then what does it do?
It works better.
Yeah, but the
then.
sensor, it's a
We've
sensor.
got the
It
sensor array,
detects-
so we'll be able to detect the meteorites and energy clouds.
Yeah.
And if it
I
fails, we
don't
can
see a
still
before
great
it gets
danger in him taking apart something and cleaning it
Yeah.
unless he's that clumsy he's going to break shit as he takes it apart.
I would tend to concur with that.
Is he likely to break it taking it apart and therefore it'll be worse than?
Whereas engineering is fair.
No, that's no good. Let's not let
But
him
his
take it apart.
science is great.
Is it science? What will he roll in science or engineering to take it
I
apart?
feel like he'd be more an engine, like operations and
What about if
engineer
a
would be
character
more
assists
applied.
him in doing it? So somebody who's got,
Absolutely. That's
so you can have more than one character doing
You
it.
can, but the opportunity cost is if he has somebody assisting him doing that,
Yeah.
that means they can't do
Yeah.
another.
Well, you're not
system.
doing
this
anything.
is
What's your thing? Like, if we pick that one, could you help him with it?
No, I have nothing. Oh no, I have command.
Fantastic.
Peter,
You do that now.
Can I roll to make the right
Do it.
decision?
Do it well now. Now, well.
Mine increases the guns from 3 shots to 4 shots.
Okay.
But I don't think that's really much of a. I don't think that's really much of a thing.
It could go from like 3 to 1 if we screw it up.
But if we fail, we're totally screwed.
That's right. But the guns might go completely offline.
Same with the engine.
so the engines was
Whereas
Well,
if
hang
the
on,
others
the
fail,
engine-
we can
the
still kind of
engine-
limp on.
Engineer just rolls to go forward, not to turn.
Correct.
So if the engineer rolls well, but we're not heading in the wrong direction, then that's bad.
It's true.
That's a great summary.
So,
Technically known as bad.
so it would be better to work on navigation rather than the engines.
Particularly if I'm flying the ship and I think I'm going forward and then you whack it into reverse, that could be real bad.
So I think I should help the navigator fix navigation
That's
well,
probably
mine
good.
was
because that helps us
adjusting-
evade problems. So even if the sensors don't pick them up, the problems we will be able to evade the problems as they get closer. We will be able to go in the right direction, which is probably more important than going fast.
Can I ask a question of the
Go
race?
ahead.
Is it against the rules to go into warp?
It is against the rules, and you will be immediately disqualified.
Okay. So I was going to say, let's not touch the impulse to warp thing, because if, for example, there is a home stretch, we could just gun it to the end,
You could.
but that would be using warp. So if it was offline, we wouldn't be able to do that. But
And that's where upgrading your main engineering plasma transfer conduits would be handy, because if you do have that home stretch, you gun it to the end, and that means you can actually gun it faster.
okay.
But
That's
The-
what
There'll be-
Ray-
but as Ray
in any race,
correctly
there's a home
says, the
stretch.
risk is
Like there's
if you
a
stuff
bolt
it
to
up,
the end.
that can really bugger up
You're
your
screwed.
chances.
Yes.
Yes. So it's your call. Any other thoughts?
Well, my suggestion on upgrading the shields so that they're more effective to kinetic energy, I think, is more or less
I'm happy to assist.
negated by the idea of having
If
better
I can,
sensors.
I'm sure I've got
Yeah.
the
So,
skills, but
unless
yeah.
anybody's got a strong disagreement, I'm perfectly happy to have my character help Benji.
Upgrade the sensitivity.
Yeah, I actually think the sensors should be upgraded, because the more we know in advance of what's coming,
Yeah.
the better chance we have to steer around it.
I would agree, yes.
Particularly if there's like funny objects and whatever else crap they put in front of us.
We're just magically going to reverse at the wrong moment.
What are you
Could
doing
be
here, Ray?
really bad.
You know, can navigate through the teeth.
Oh,
Yeah,
right,
that's
yes.
right. Yeah, we'll be able to do that. I don't know. I think that might be the only one that's worth Unless you want to play around with the warp impulse drive.
Then what are you going to do?
Just by phaser shooting?
Look fabulous.
I mean, I don't have any skills to really help anyone, but I'm really good at shooting stuff. So I don't think we really need to create our ability to actually pour fire out.
Mhm.
If we can detect it early enough, it doesn't really matter.
Missing
All right.
stuff.
Oh, okay.
If Benji and you work together on Benji's cleaning project, see, I quite like the shields as well.
So so we're going for the
That's why I'd like you to help one of
Sensors?
them rather than them help each other.
Can I
But they
do I have any
combine.
skills I can really help with the shields?
so you sorry
So,
Captain,
how could
can you
he
give us a summary
help
of
Ben-
the,
Hang on, I've
the-
got tech.
Can you give
No.
us a summary of the mechanics again?
Yeah.
Because I think that's critical for us making the right
sure.
decisions.
Mechanics.
okay, the mechanics are as follows. Give me a moment because I put those away for a moment. Sorry. Okay. Where did I put these damn things? Okay. Sorry, I really should have these in front of me, but I'm just going to apologise to you guys.
Can I see your thing?
Despite having months and months to put this damn thing together, this was actually finished like about an hour before you guys arrived. So
This is fine.
Have you got the faintest idea how many times I've actually taken the train up to either Dave's place or Ray's place, doing last minute scribbles? Oh, that'd be a cool thing to include. Don't worry about it. We'd all do it.
and in the process of that, I did discover that I'd rearranged the game in such a way that one of the things that I could do was going to no longer work anyway. Anyway, so okay, each turn the ship generates the following stats. Engineering moves the ship forward D4 plus 2 hexes, which if you upgraded, you could give some extra to. And there's lots of different ways that could work. Engineering, so that was engineering. Con, you turn a total of D3 facings split into 2 maneuvers, one before and one after. Okay, so the idea is before you start lighting off the engines, you can turn. After you can turn. Okay, you could adjust that so that you've got more ability to maneuver. Okay. By the way, the D. So you roll D3 facings. So you get one for. So that would mean you only got one maneuver. So you could benefit by adding some more maneuver facings.
Okay.
Okay. This, by the way, is obviously to give the con officer some damn thing to do.
Right.
Yep. Okay. Now, science detect up to 3 threats up to D12 hexes away. So, upgrading the science could allow you to see more threats and or further away. Ops, D4 extra shield layers are generated, beginning with 2, maximum of 6. Upgrading those could allow you to have more layers of shielding or regenerate them faster. Tactical, D3 plus 1 phaser shots are available, which are fired by the tactical officer rolling a fate dice. You could have more phaser shots available and or being more accurate at hitting. Okay, so those are your options. What are we doing?
I'm happy to forego the speed for navigation. I think that's good. So you could help him.
So I'm right, aren't I? That I roll and we move that much regardless. So if we're actually heading in the wrong direction, because we would actually move in the wrong direction, we would actually
Yes,
hinder
although I am
ourselves.
going to say that bear in mind that I'm aiming to give you guys quite a lot of latitude in the direction you go. So wrong direction is a relative term, but yes, you're right. So you could but can I say you could reasonably say any of these are an advantage or a disadvantage depending on how you look at it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I've tried to balance it a bit.
We can brake as much as we can speed up, I assume.
Well, obviously, can I say I'm just saying that because this is a lightweight starship, if you need to slam the brakes on, you can do so. By the magic invested in me as Game Master. So you can move up to as many hexes as Ray allows you.
Well, that makes it different.
Does it? Okay.
Yeah.
You don't. I see what you're getting at. You're saying, do you have to move that many hexes? The answer is no, you don't. That's your maximum movement.
So we can break as much as we can speed
Yes, you can break as much as you
And we can choose to not use the full distance.
Yes.
But I am concerned about hitting something and the ship taking damage. which could
Yes,
put
I
us
should.
out of
I should
action
tell you.
altogether.
I should tell you the mechanics there. That if your shields fail, rather than having a complicated deal about which facing of the shield you're actually losing and stuff like that, I've decided to make it very simple. You've got a certain number of layers of shield. If it gets through that many layers of shield, it gets to hull, and if it gets to hull, it takes out random systems. Okay? Now, that doesn't mean you're dead in the water, because the idea is the chief engineer scrambles around, fixes stuff, and gets things moving again. But that's an issue. So, if you lose shield facings, you've got an issue.
All right, so obviously if we're more manoeuvrable, we can go around things, and if we can see it earlier, we can go around it. But if we hit it, it knocks the ship out. So, do we think that's a major problem then?
I
assuming if we
think
want to
going
win.
with sensors and manoeuvrability is good. And concentrating on those two things.
So the idea being then we won't hit anything.
Well, we maximise the use of our speed by pointing in the right direction, rather than having lots of speed. We maximise our defence by not being where the things are that could cause us problems.
So then the manoeuvrability is more important than the shields.
Well,
And the
what I'm
array,
saying,
the sensors are more important than the shields.
yes. I'm saying that you can.
You guys
skin a
keep
cat-
discussing this,
Skin
I
a
will
cat
get back
multiple
shortly.
ways.
Oh yeah, no, I understand that. But if we're manoeuvrable, we can go around things. And I'm also thinking about
If you
the
have
fact
good shields, you're
that we don't-
protected, but that doesn't give you any other advantage. It doesn't.
well,
Keeps
it gives
us
us
in
the
the race.
advantage if something's between us and the finish line, we could possibly just go through it.
Oh, yeah, true.
And we could break it up because we've still got guns, so it's not as damaging. But if we've got good shields, then we can go through it if necessary. Because we can use the manoeuvrability to take the long way round, but we may.
But again,
want
even if you don't have fantastic shields, if you're protecting your shields by not hitting things, then you could still choose to do that at the last minute.
I really can't see us crashing through an asteroid and
Okay.
just hoping the shields hold.
Well, I'm also thinking about the other players doing stuff to produce more things in our way, in a way that we may not be able to avoid.
Effectively, space caltrops.
Or just
But to be honest, I don't really know how this race works for all intents and purposes.
No.
So that could be a just
Diamond!
imagining.
Just kidding.
space.
All right, so we definitely want manoeuvrability. We definitely want the sensors. Do we also want the shield, or should? I don't know the character's name. Sorry, Saxon
No,
help
that's-
David.
I don't know. I'm more thinking about sensors and shields. I agree with you about the shields because we don't know what's coming up. I'm not maneuverability would be nice, but my flying is pretty good, so I think I could even pilot the ship without the upgrades. And the thing is, if we screw up the upgrades and my maneuverability goes down, then
I
I've
don't
worse of a
think we'll
chance.
screw up the updates if we're concentrating on them. If we all do them ourselves, we'll
If
screw
we do
them
two
up.
people, if we
Yeah.
have two people, hopefully
Okay.
that's 50% better, 100%.
I'm just worried about the engines because that and manoeuvrability are the things we're going to be using the most. So I think if they're likely to fail, they're more likely to fail.
We'll just do engines and
Sensors.
maneuverability. Oh, engines and sensors.
Well, we're doing maneuverability and sensors.
Yeah, that's what I thought
Yeah.
originally.
Okay.
Okay.
And is there anything you can do to help out?
Well, unless I can use tactical on sensors, I'm not sure. I could. If Jono's willing to let us double up like that, yeah. Sure.
So out of the 5 things, then we're only going to do 2 of them.
Basically. Because we've got an uneven number of characters who can actually be applied to doing the fixing. Effectively, it has to be a choice of two.
Well, then whatever we're doing is going to be pretty good. Whatever
so.
we're not doing is going to be average.
Who's the science officer?
Benji.
We're
Doctor.
Benji can help
Supposed
with
to-
the sensors.
These two will do sensors. And you two can do maneuverability. And you can just stand over them and tell them to go faster. With your waving your phaser. No, I think that.
Faster.
I don't know. We can think of something
I
else to
could just
do.
ask, are you feeling relaxed? Would you like a fan?
Do you want a massage?
How you feeling?
That's a side of the Space Ninja I have never heard before.
Now we want to look like we're trying, but we don't actually want to win.
We don't. No, well, we don't necessarily have to lose, but we have to make it look like we're trying our best to win. And if we do win, that's
Can
great.
say they have
can
to
I just
win
make
for
this
some
clearer? The Klingons want to win this.
Yes.
The Federation want to give them their shot. But Morale is saying, to hell with trying to lose. You try to win. Because if you try to win and you do that honourably, the Klingons will love it. Yes, they will want to win and they'll do everything sort of selling their grandmothers to win. But if you win
No,
honourably...
they sell their grandmothers.
To the bug-blooded beast of trial.
That's right, yes. They will sell their grandmothers, or actually, no, they won't because their grandmother died in honourable battle. But the thing
that
about...
would be the Ferengi.
No, the Ferengi will sell their grandmothers.
That's not a pencil, it's a pen, but you can borrow it. It's a black pen. I don't know if we have any pen. Oh, I might have some pencils in my bag. Hang on before you... Do you want a pencil? Okay.
So what I'm saying is, Morale has given you full permission to do everything short of actually cheating to win.
If we upgraded everything, it'd be spectacular. If nothing else.
If you
Only
upgraded
if it
everything...
We when it all when our ship explodes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, only if it worked. No guarantee.
So, what's your character called, right?
Manu.
Manu and
Manu.
Wesley will be working on Con,
Con, yep, cool.
and Benji and
Navaz.
Navaz will be working on the sensors.
Okay.
Nice.
And Lomax will be giving massages.
Quick scissors, massage my brain.
So science is going to be Benji and who else was it? Sorry, Navas.
It's
Yeah.
Lomax, yes.
Lomax.
And Lomax will float, and Lomax and the captain will float.
I'll just turn the gravity off and we'll float.
That wasn't quite what I had in mind. But okay, so it's the con and the con and science. Excellent. So which one do you want to do
Character's
first?
name again,
Yeah.
right?
Bear in mind
Your character's name again?
Manu.
you're doing this at the same time. The con and the science. That's fine. But whilst you're doing it at the same time, we actually have to do this separately, obviously. So which one do you want to resolve first? The con or the science?
Con.
Okay, we'll go to con first. Okay. Right, so you are reprogramming the control software. Alright, so the crew members assigned to this have a protocol to follow. They need to shut down con systems, they need to back up con functions, they need to install a patch, they have to integrate the patch into the main systems, and then they need to reboot the con systems. Does that make sense to everybody? So the first thing you're going to do is
All while performing La Boheme
I'm having flashbacks.
to an audience of 4,000.
Okay, so the first thing you need to do is to shut down the con systems, which means you need to roll against con, obviously.
And then our tax will work out. Cool.
Yep.
So rolling against con for shutting down con systems.
So I've got a +4.
Yep. So you should get this easy, right?
Thanks for that. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
2.
Okay. It succeeds. It shuts down beautifully.
Oh, good.
You hear a strange sound.
Is that the phantom thing in the...
Slowly deflating.
Maybe
You hear the
manifest
familiar
it.
whine of a transporter.
Oh, okay.
Saxon, what was your...
Somebody's transporting on.
Roll for notice.
NAVVS.
Somebody who's in
What-
this
what
room,
name?
roll for notice.
Vulcan.
Oh, is it in the room?
Yeah,
that
I'm in the
It's in the room that you're in. You hear the
Oh,
transporter
Jesus.
whining.
I wouldn't hear it anymore.
Sorry, operations manager, sorry. Ops.
Well, I've
3.
got 2, but remember I'm in tune with the ship.
You're what? Sorry, you're in tune with the
Tune
ship.
with the
Yep.
ship.
Okay, so is that a stunt or an aspect?
Sorry, Jono, where's the toilet again?
Straight
Through-
on the left.
Second on your left. That through there. Yeah. So yeah, that's right. You're in tune with the ship. So therefore, you notice. Well, you don't need the in tune with the ship. That was the high enough notice without that. You turn around and you notice there is an object sitting on one of the other consoles. It is a pair of underwear.
Harriman, maybe?
Right.
The underwear looks very strange. It has a hole in the back. The hole is
Klingon.
designed for a tail.
Size, general style, therefore indicating species.
Cation.
Okay.
What's yours?
What have you been doing?
You've lost your
What
underwear.
have I been doing?
Yeah.
I'm not there, I can't tell you that.
Somebody just transported your underwear off you onto the bridge.
Oh dear.
Gracie.
Okay, you need to ask the
If you're
captain
optimistic.
Yeah, I know I am.
whether he has underwear on at the moment. You ask that question. It won't seem like a strange question. Just ask it. Just ask it.
Yeah, I'm
Just
in my,
general-
I'm in my quarters.
Yeah.
Captain,
Captain, are you wearing underwear?
are all your
Hang on,
personal,
I'm in the shower. Hang on a minute. Hang on. What?
are all your personal apparel items accounted for?
Is that
I
word
have
like
no idea.
apparel? Is that the word you're
I
going
Your
with?
think
apparel,
so.
your apparel is as secure as it's supposed to be.
I would assume so. Why do you ask?
There you go. Perfect.
Okay. You've now shut down the con systems. You need
Yep.
to back up con functions.
Okay, yep. Nothing weird here. So rolling on con again? Mm-hmm. No one dice. I hate these dice.
I'm going to go down and see what's going on. Why he's sitting
Oh,
there.
okay.
Talk to me.
3. So it's all come back up. Is that the normal sound I should hear?
There is a pair of socks sitting on the floor next to you.
They also have a small hole in the back.
No, they don't have holes in the back there, but they are shaped like the foot of a cat rather than a human.
Someone's transporting all the clothes.
Have we got... Can I just go up to one of the consoles and program a quick random number generator and
Yes, sure,
like
you
a
can.
dice generator and see what it comes up with? Like so I simulate 1,000 die rolls.
I'm not entirely sure where you're going with this.
Does it come out random? I'm just making sure there's no infinite improbability drive.
Actually, I'm
What's
keep
the
an eye on this.
transport? You're honestly in the shower at this point. Is that?
No, not anymore. Now I'm coming down to see what you're talking about.
So you got dressed. Were all your clothes in when you got dressed?
Do the-
I don't
do the,
count my underwear.
do the
No, but
socks-
like if you laid some out.
Are you
as you
messaging
were-
me to ask this?
No, I want you to think about it. If
Actually,
you laid it all.
do-
I want you to think
were
about
they
it so
there?
when I
Do
get
Star
there you
Trek
can ask
officers
it.
actually have
That's what I'm going to do.
stores of
Because I
clothes, or
found
do
your
they just
socks.
replicate a fresh set every day?
That's something you're not supposed to think
What's
about.
happening?
Captain,
Why are my socks on this counter?
so you have identified them as your socks?
Yes. Well, how many other cations are there on this ship? Let's count them.
I don't know. How many, Captain?
No, just me.
So they are your socks.
Yes.
How do you know they're
Well, actually, I
yours?
don't know if they're
and
mine.
not, yeah, how do you
All
know
my
it's
socks
yours?
look the same.
Is somebody going to install the patch sometime soon?
What, install what patch?
Is the software patch into the systems?
Am I supposed to do that? I just do.
Well, that's what you're here for. Now, that's an ops role.
Okay. I'm supposed to do this. Oops.
Okay, before you do anything
Oh, I
else, can
shouldn't
you
do this.
investigate why my socks are here?
I
Or
shouldn't
why
do
there
the
are
operations
Cation
role.
socks here? Can he do it?
Do you have operations?
I've got a 1 in operation. Should I? Oh Jesus! I can't do this.
Unfortunately, this is all happening simultaneously, so I'm nowhere near the bridge.
Come on, be good. Oh, 0.
We do.
Oh no, that didn't. Okay, something else has been done.
Another pair of
Banana.
underpants.
The same pair or different?
Different pair.
Different pair, but it belongs also to a Cation.
Yes.
Okay, we could have naked Cations. We never know. Computer.
You could, I
didn't work.
imagine
The
from all
computer didn't
intents and
work.
purposes, one of you could actually figure out where they're beaming from.
The computer didn't work. It's not.
No, the
responding
computer just gave you the
Oh,
beat
okay,
to let
yep.
you know. Yeah.
Computer, identify all Cations on board.
There is one Cation on board. That is Captain Rorschach.
Can you check where this was beamed from?
Did we just see invaded by kitty cat people?
Maybe.
No.
No!
Can you
You're
please
getting invaded
check?
by kitty cat people. Underwear.
You ask. You ask.
Manu, can you do a check on where these were beamed from? You can follow a beam.
Somebody's been
I check
underwear.
on all the sensors
Yes.
and everything that I can, and
What?
the science
Seriously?
consoles.
The computer says
You've had 2 pairs of underpants.
the underpants that have been beamed to the bridge were beamed from the drawer of Captain Rorschach.
There you go. So it's not this
Who's operating the
Has anybody been
transporter?
operating the transporter?
Yeah, won't it have a transporter signature?
Yeah,
Somebody
but to
would have
do
had
this.
to. Yeah.
The transporter signature is operated by.
Okay, so it's been deleted.
Is it your daughter?
Michael.
Well, she's a kitty cat person.
Lomax.
True those.
Lomax, we have a security issue. Can you come down to the... Where are we?
With the bridge.
Can you come up to the bridge?
Your clothes
Yeah,
being
Captain.
transported out of your room is now a security issue?
No, bits of our files being deleted is a security issue. We'll just all stand there like this until you get there.
Yep. We'll wait for you. Shouldn't he be going to
Elevator
the transporter
music
and see
plays.
if there's anybody in there? Beaming stuff around?
Is there only one transporter around?
If only there was some way to find out what was happening in the ship without actually going there.
We could ask the computer.
You did.
Did
You
someone
just
say-
did that, didn't you?
Elevator music?
Oh no.
Am I repeating what you said again?
Did anybody actually?
Yes, I actually ordered this
Exactly.
music to be
I did
playing
mention
while we're on
elevator
bridge
music,
at all
yes.
times.
Grace, you're awesome. Thank you.
Tell me what the hell's going.
Somebody or something is beaming my underwear from my quarters into this room. It's happened. It's only started
It
since you
happened
guys were
like
trying
every
to
10 years.
repair this. At what stage did it start? The first stage.
Yeah, after I first started my
stages?
repairs on the con. Yeah.
So it's happening within the ship. But when you look to see who was operating it, it's been
Okay.
erased.
Can
Can you
we
please
elevator music?
unerase it and find out who did it?
Oh, yeah, of
Can we
course.
have the girl from
Is-
Epidemic?
Nice.
Is there anything...
Get it.
Are any of the systems we're currently working on
Transport center.
affecting the transporter in any way?
No, it's
No.
comms. It's navigation.
Okay, we're doing navigation. Well,
I go to the
I'm-
computer.
Well, I'm going to go to the transporter.
Lock out all people from the transport,
Yeah.
subject to my own security override and the captain's.
Can I go there and check for fingerprints?
Sure.
Okay, you've locked out the transporter.
Can you try and
Gracie,
unlock
play that
the-
sound effect.
Unlock the what?
Can you
That's
find
the
out
wrong
what
sound
was-
effect,
what
but
was
that's
erased?
okay.
That's right, we've got
That's the sound of him locking out the.
Who's security?
Because
I think
Because what you hear when you lock out the security
figure
is
out what's going on. Or is that one of the signs?
and another set of creation underwear appears.
Okay, so
There we go.
okay, I'm in the transporter
Oh,
room.
maybe it's
You're in the
one of
transporter
our
room.
competitors?
Sorry?
Oh, no, we're not there yet. We're weeks away, aren't we?
It could be another ship's transporter.
Yeah, but we're weeks away from wherever we're going. So.
Yeah, except
Yes, it could be another ship's transporter. The other ship's really keen on rearranging the captain's underwear drawer.
Sure.
Well, this would be our space entity.
We
We've got
are
all the engines,
competing against
presumably.
cheating Romulans.
Computer, identify intruders.
There are no intruders at this time.
That was your job.
I'm too busy looking for space fingerprints in the space transport.
Have you found out who deleted the file?
Should I do a security thing?
Do a security check.
Good.
That's +1, that's 4.
That's an excellent security check. There are no files that have been deleted.
Why don't you go to his quarters, because you can have an override to
Yeah,
get
we
there.
should count. We should actually ascertain if there's any underwear actually missing, because it might be.
I have no idea how much underwear, how much,
What do
how
you mean?
many pairs of
I'm just
underwear
going
I have.
I'm going to put a pause in
Because-
here and say this entire situation is the responsibility of the young lady sitting over here. She thought this was a good.
So your underwear could be
Excellent.
replicated.
We replicate all the time. For all I know, they're
Excellent
being
future playing
replicated.
games in the future.
That's the goose.
Clothing is
we're
replicated
here.
now. It's not like I need a drawer full
No,
of
I know,
underwear.
but we're hearing it being transported from somewhere. It's not being... So unless it's being replicated
Yeah, but it could be
first and then-
replicated and then transported.
And then transported,
Yes.
And also, another reason I wouldn't know how many pairs of underwear I have.
Well, count what you've got now, and if any more.
Hang on, I'll check.
You compare.
One.
I'll go down to the
One.
transporter.
Yeah, you go into the transporter.
I disable it.
He does
You
not
disable the transporter.
mean how
Okay.
many you're wearing.
The transporter is
How many
disabled.
are in the drawer?
This is going to stop it.
Okay.
Bless you.
Okay.
Okay, here's
So what are you going to
keys
do
my
next?
quarters. Go and check.
Oh, what I've always wanted.
The rifle through his
So
underwear.
he's looking in the underwear drawer. Okay, transporter is disabled. So are you going to try and do the installing the patch again?
Sure.
Okay, go for it.
Is this operations or...
Ops. Yep, this is ops.
You can lose control of the ship.
Hope so.
Didn't that happen last week?
One.
There
You should talk.
is no transporting sound, but there is also no sound of the patch being integrated.
You should talk to what?
I'm assuming that that Benji and Narvis are working on the sensor array at the same time.
They are. They could be nearby.
Should they in any way be being affected by this as well?
You can ask them, yeah. And the answer is nothing's happening. They've got their own problems, however. So,
All right,
but we'll
no
get
worries.
to them.
What's the current date on Earth? The day.
Are you asking if it's April the 1st? No, it is not.
And the next question was what the date on his planet is. Yes.
It's not. It's not Kaishan Practical Prank Day either. So no, it's not that.
Good guess though, because that is a very good occasion, practical.
Oh, what? Transporting people
One of our,
everywhere.
one of our
It's a
favourites.
classic.
A lot of Cation cows get burnt by
Dreaded
fireworks
alien
on that
attack
day.
Ever.
We have a day where we just transport underwear around the planet.
Okay, so
Just
can I just ask,
randomly.
what other skills do you have which might tell me what skills you've got and see if we can't come
Just
up
like
with
to
something.
bat them off the table.
Skills.
Yep.
Con,
And this is
notice.
fun. There's a giant ball of string
Will.
day.
Actually, give me a right notice roll.
Come on. Oh, okay. 3, 2, 5.
5. That's superb notice.
Okay.
Okay. You have noticed that there is an odd-looking line in the code. You might want to do a level 2 diagnostic, a level 4 diagnostic.
In what kind
Why does anybody ever do a level 1, 2, or 3 diagnostic?
Oh no, level 5 is the quick, careless check that the computer just handles all the time. Level 2 is that's level 5. Level 4 is something that the crew will call for. That's a quick check, takes about 30 seconds to do. Level 3 takes about 5 minutes. Level 4 requires the system to be taken offline, and level 5 is something you really only do when you're at a starbase.
So I think the last
So
two
it's
should have been
timing,
2
right?
and
Your
1.
answer is time.
Yeah, he was going the wrong way, wasn't
Have
he?
I got? Yeah, sorry. Yeah,
You
5,
started
4.
at 5, 4, 3, then back to
Oh,
4.
sorry. 5. I'm not good with numbers.
It's 7, then 1.2.
So as you get down to level 1, that's the stuff where you're doing high priority.
Yeah, that's
we're going
right.
to take time.
That's the life support's not working properly. Get that going. Okay, so when you do a quick but nonetheless accessible diagnostic, you find that there is 2 conflicting software packages operating in the con, and the problem you have is that one of them is bleeding over into the transporter. It's not that somebody's transporting something for you, it's that the 2 sets of code are clashing.
Why the hell would it be producing
Hush now.
Hush, Char.
Hush, Chuck.
It's what it is.
Are you
it's-
still digging in my underwear drawer?
Yeah.
So we can't hear what you're saying anyway. But you're probably saying that, aren't you? Underwear.
Oh, it's not my hand.
Okay, does anybody have an academic skill who's actually in the room at this time?
An academic skill.
I'm just amazed at all the skills I don't have.
But you don't have the drive. Very long list.
Keep hearing about these amazing skills that.
Well, don't forget, you've always got it. It's just that if you don't have it on your list, it's at 0.
I have academics, but I'm not here.
Yeah, he's looking in my underwear drawer.
I mean, never.
I ordered you to do it. You're not just doing it.
No, this
We're
time.
not in a hentai.
No, you're not just
anime.
doing
He
it
doesn't
this
have an
time.
underwear
This time
fetish.
you've been ordered to do it, other than all the other times you've just gone in and done it.
Oh, maybe he does have an underwear fetish.
Finally permission.
Oh, this is better than I ever imagined it. Okay.
It's an adventure.
Maybe now's the chance to put back the ones you took previously.
Actually, it's not beaming them from your drawer, it's beaming them from mine.
Yes. Maybe you're getting it back.
I like that idea. That's a much better idea.
What's even more disturbing is he's been wearing them back.
Naughty! Naughty!
I could have lived a long, happy life without that image. Okay. Right. Grace, we apologise. Okay, so is somebody going to roll an academic roll, or are you going to keep
I don't
making
have
rude
one.
remarks
I think
about
I've broken it
getting-
down.
Should I just magically appear and make an academic
I just
roll at
rolled
this
a
point?
0 academic roll.
Okay, good. 0 academic roll.
You're not academic.
We're pretty lucky I only rolled a 0.
Oh, excellent.
That's a 0
That's
too.
a 0.
Here we go. I'm gonna let the man with +1 do it. we're a bunch of dunces.
We're so academic.
Oh yeah!
Your brain just exploded. You just had a stroke.
Getting a drawer full of my underwear just makes you dumber.
I'm currently stuffing your socks up my
Nobody
nose.
has the faintest clue why.
I mean, like in an hour or so, we'll go, where did he go after all that? We'll just go back to you staring at the drawer.
Oh my god!
Actually, we switched to Peter's character and blood is just running out of his nose.
It can't. Stuff socks up.
It's all too hard.
Okay.
Might come tonight.
Now, this explains why we're in like a Starship Race and not playing like something like It's Academic.
This explains. This may explain why you guys are on the crew of the Tamworth and not the crew of the Enterprise.
Yeah,
is all I can say.
Can you fix this?
You don't have
Me?
academic?
Can I fix
I have
it?
academic, but I'm not in the room at the
I
moment.
can't go
I'm
any
off with
worse.
Peter.
Why not?
Job.
If you want.
Should I do it? My job?
Okay.
Oh, let me try and fix it.
Nevaeus just rolls an amazing.
Okay, good. No,
Total
he's done
of
it.
4.
He's done
Such a
it.
pity I'm not here and it didn't happen.
Oh, damn it. Damn it. You're kidding me.
I got a roll and I'm in the sock drawer.
I got a 0.
Okay, nobody's
No,
got the faintest
I got a
clue
minus
what's going
1.
on.
That's probably
So
a 0.
what's going to have to happen here?
I thought we were already here.
What are you going to do about it, though? Is the question.
Oh.
And honestly, we are in territory that I was not expecting to go to. So, okay, here's what you're going to do. You're going to try and space Google.
Can't we just reset it to factory defaults?
That sounds like a great plan. How about we do that? Because I want to cut out this and go somewhere else. Because much as this is very enjoyable,
You're going to hard restart the ship. You're going to switch it off and turn it on again.
Are we currently flying through space?
the con is on.
Well,
Yes, we are currently flying through space, and
It's
yes,
not like we need it
We're
on.
flying through space, but we're also.
How long will it take to start up again? Think about it.
Don't
As long as
We're
it's
space like start moving. We don't
You know what?
might decide
Stop.
to answer.
We're just keep going.
Hang on, you're
Everyone hold your breath while
Oh, straws!
You're forgetting
Well,
relativity.
And space is big. That's not we're going to hit
Standing
anything.
still,
We're already moving.
it's all the same.
Exactly. So everyone hold their breath.
That's
While
what
you
happens.
restart the
Yeah.
computer.
You know,
I'll
what
let
stop
you do
first?
that with an engineering roll.
We're not going to stop
goodness
first.
for
We'll just keep
that.
going.
Everybody, we're about to turn off the computers. Don't panic.
But unfortunately, the computer's turned off before you said
4.
4! Thank
Everybody,
goodness.
we're about
Okay.
to boom.
We've got a very good engineering
Doesn't
roll,
sound
which
good.
means that you successfully switch the program off and switch the program on again.
that. Excellent.
Oh, and I pressed the factory reset button in between.
In fact, the
So
factory
I
reset button.
actually switched it off
You
by
need-
holding it down for 15 seconds.
You needed a hairpin as well.
Yes.
Okay, yes, the system...
By the way, last time I factory reset something, I bricked it.
Okay, well, after all
This
that,
is
What
great.
did you do in
This
my
will be-
underwear drawer when everything went
This will be
dark?
like getting a new phone. You'll contact me and I'll go, who's this?
okay, we need a con roll for finishing it off.
Oh, great. All right. Okay.
That's true.
Come
And I'm
on.
giving it to you at -1, and that's generous.
Oh, don't. Really? Okay, no, that's still alright. So that means I've got 2.
Isn't there any
4,
benefit
6,
for them
5.
working together?
It doesn't seem to be.
5.
5, yeah.
My
Don't they
goodness.
combine
Even at -1.
working together?
Even at -1,
No,
it's
they cancel
5.
each other out.
Okay,
Total annihilation.
Did I get it all back up and running?
you got it all back up and running, and despite that complete and utter nonsense that was just going on,
Yeah.
you managed an epic success. Which means the ship
Thank you.
permanently has an extra facing of manoeuvre.
You're welcome.
So in other words, you're instead of being D3 manoeuvre, you are now D3 plus 1 manoeuvre. In addition, once per race, the con officer may declare an extra turn, which is resolved as normal. Which will also be D3.
And you got your pants back.
So, and he got his pants back. Yes.
Put
Now,
them all in the bin.
Were they
Are you
clean?
back in?
I haven't been ordered to stop yet.
Or are you still walking into a wall somewhere? Dude?
And
Meanwhile-
socks up his nose, don't forget that.
meanwhile, science is having problems of its own. Okay, so the crew members assigned to the sensor upgrade removed the main antenna. Science roll.
That's not me. I'm going to the bathroom while
You
this man
guys
does
roll
that.
really bad to produce the
Actually, what is
Yeah, but it all
energy
works out in
size?
the end. Don't worry about it.
Okay, mine's only 3, so we probably better do that.
But I don't understand why we're working together if it was no benefit to us working
Oh,
together.
there is benefit. It's just I've deliberately tried to put a lot of different skills in it, which don't necessarily. That kind of went a staggeringly weird direction where we had skills that nobody had. But anyway,
Like that.
4. Okay, so we have a perfectly good science roll. You've managed to successfully remove the antenna, and that has been replaced quite easily. Now, you're looking at the components now. We need another science roll.
I'll take it this time.
It's Elon Musk's.
Total
can.
5.
Okay,
Oh,
excellent.
sorry, total 4. My fault.
Excellent science roll still. That shows you that all the components have the expected level of wear, no more, no less. Now, can I get everyone to do everyone who's involved here to do a notice check?
Okay, notice is it +2. Okay.
No.
0 total.
We'll begin or whatever happens.
Okay. What was our best? What was our best
4.
notice? 4. Okay, good, excellent. All right. You observe the EPS conduit. That's kind of the power cable. EPS conduit is heating up
That might be
unexpectedly.
bad.
Okay, do a quick diagnostic. Is there more power coming through causing resistance and therefore heat, or is it something completely different? Is it maybe the insulation beginning to wear out? What is this?
The level 4 diagnostic tells you the EPS conduit is heating up beyond expectations. It is expected to fail in approximately 30 seconds.
Glad we're not doing that.
Okay. In
Can we
that
just
case,
switch it off? And
the power source that's running through it, I presume it's relatively easy to turn off so that we can replace it.
You switch it off,
In that case, let's
the
do
heat
that.
continues to rise.
Okay, where is the heat coming from in that case?
The electroplasma system has not been switched off.
In that case, do so immediately.
The electroplasma system is not responding.
Do we have an emergency shutdown?
You pull the emergency shutdown lever. Everything shuts down on the sensor grid except for that one spot.
Interesting. Okay, what other reasons could this possibly be? Obviously, it's not actually
In approximately
attached-
10 seconds, it's going to overheat.
Cut the wires.
Okay, yeah, that's probably a good idea at this point. Do we have sharp, pointy implements, or should we kind of just dump it into space with a transporter?
I'd suggest getting away would be a really good move.
run away!
Hold up, very quickly. When it fails, what sort of damage is it going to cause? Small, localised here, or big, exploding thing?
Jeez.
I mean, let me put it this way. Is there anywhere that we can run fast enough?
Oh, okay. I'll be nice to you. I'll let. You do manage to shut it down. I just realised I'd gone in a bad direction. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
I was going to punish you for failure by blowing up a nameless ensign. But anyway. But no, I just realised I couldn't get away with that. With you've got a clear success. Anyway, okay, right. So, unfortunately, whilst you have managed to shut it down now, so no further damage is being done, there are a few minor spot fires along the cable.
My trip to the toilet was much more interesting than yours.
What have you done? I come back and you've already broken the ship.
He didn't
Why
kill.
do I leave you
He
in
didn't
charge?
manage to kill the nameless ensign though.
We were very successful.
Did you
but
set
it still
fire
caught
to
on
your
fire
underwear?
or something? We were actually extremely successful.
You were successful,
But it still nearly blew the ship up.
well, no, they were successful in that it didn't blow something
Like
up.
just another
We're
day.
still on the bridge.
No, they're in the wherever the sensor array is.
Oh, okay. Bye.
Okay, righto. So there are a few minor fires here.
We'll use a fire extinguisher or the equivalent to a ship.
Yes. Okay. Well, the equivalent is you tell the ship to put out the fires, which you do. Okay, so you've now managed to you've shut it down. So the damage is actually relatively minor. There is one major EPS conduit, however, that is damaged beyond repair, and that will need to be replaced.
Okay.
Alright, go fix it, Jackson.
In what order should these two tasks actually be done? The EPS replacement first, or the actual? I presume the EPS should be first, simply because getting the sensor arrays will depend on that being working as well.
You are correct. The EPS will need to be replaced before anything else works.
Okay, fine. In that case, we'll do so. And afterwards, I would like to actually see why has that failed. I mean, we actually kind of shut down the entire thing. It was kind of like it was draining power from somewhere else, not connected to the actual ship's system. But that
there is
can
a-
wait till later.
There is a note. There is a message from the bridge.
Actual note.
Benji, Commander Boosie, are you down there?
Yes?
This is the nameless ensign on the bridge. We have a problem.
Is it the space?
The entire sensor array is offline. What have you done down there?
We turned it off so that it wouldn't blow up.
No. That was the lateral array that you're supposed to be upgrading. What about the main array, the one that's keeping the ship from bumping into things?
Were we doing anything with the main array?
No, you weren't.
No.
We're in space. How likely is that?
Is the little emergency that we had where we actually had to shut down the
Inevitable.
EPS
Inevitable.
conduit, would that have been related to this, or is this a
It
third?
might just have been, yes.
I'm
Okay.
on the bridge. Stop the ship. Stop the ship.
Am I up on the bridge?
You're on the bridge.
The ship. You just fixed the con, remember?
Alright, should I roll on comms?
No, you don't need to roll. You
Okay.
don't need to roll on comms to shut down the ship.
Alright,
The ship is shut down.
alright, get the brakes.
We shall go and get a new EPS conduit and replace it immediately. As I said, putting the old one aside so that we can examine it later after
Okay.
we've done all the necessary tasks.
Okay, so you go to the cargo bay.
Yes,
You can't find any spare conduits.
this is ridiculous.
Is
ridiculous.
this supposed to
Check
be spare?
Do
inventory.
you need any help?
The computer tells you, yes, you do have a spare EPS conduit.
Yes, please.
Please indicate where it is
The
stored.
spare EPS conduit has been acting as the primary EPS conduit for the last 8 years.
Is this post what we were doing in the bridge?
Yeah, it's about the same time.
Okay, how easy will it be to beg, borrow, or illicitly clone a new EPS conduit?
A new EPS conduit can be replicated.
By cannibalizing the old one.
Now, hold up. With a large chunk of the systems shut down, how easily is it replicated?
It is available. The pattern is available on file. Replication will be relatively easy.
Okay.
Make an engineering roll.
Everywhere.
No, actually, hold up.
Hundreds
Your
of
turn
them
again.
all over the ship, like tribbles.
No, okay, fine.
My underwear's going to be the tribbles of this world.
Okay, so it's 0, so it's a total of 3.
You're in the cargo bay, weren't you?
Wherever it was that we were doing the sensor array upgrading.
Yes, you're in the car when you went down to get the.
Oh, yes, of course. Sorry.
Yeah, okay. You're in the cargo bay. You see a triple sitting by the the console that you've been using.
Okay. How silly do you want me to get?
Hang on, did we
Really, you
encounter
wanna
tribbles
ask this
last episode?
No, we had that thing that got into the ship.
Yeah, but wasn't there tribbles or something? We've never encountered a tribble during our adventures.
I think I
Okay,
remember
fine.
if we found a tribble. But I
Thanks to
think
Sept,
somebody got a pet
tribbles are
tribble
not
or
known
something.
for
Yeah, that's
eating
what I read
metallic
somewhere
objects.
around
Therefore, this is not a tribble. It is in fact an extremely dangerous space shapeshifter. I phaser it.
You phaser it, the triple is vaporized.
Oh wow, you just killed a tribble.
Well
Do you feel-
done.
Do you feel like a man now? Like you've saved us all, Jackson. You've saved us all.
Now go murder an Ewok.
No, good on you. I completely.
Wow.
However, where one tribble was...
Wow, that's
No, actually, sorry, I've just indicated it was not in fact a tribble. Okay,
The alarms are going off all over the ship. Some idiot has fired a phaser.
You better go investigate that.
I wonder who that could be.
Security,
He's still in my underwear drawer.
we may have an incursion by hostile
Suddenly-
aliens down in the cargo hold.
Suddenly,
Okay, the captain says,
suddenly
what the
cap-
hell's going on?
Suddenly the captain does a shipwide broadcast. Has anybody seen my pet tribble?
Yeah, exactly. My
What's
tribble's
going on
lost.
down there?
We have a need for getting a new BPS conduit, and we have what looked like a tribble incursion in the cargo bay.
By the way, there is a little small scorch mark where the triple once was.
God, shipwide. Anybody got a pet tribble on board?
Negative. There are no triples
Now
aboard
they-
the
now
ship.
they don't.
No, they don't. No.
I'm pretty sure at least one of us had a
So
pet
nobody
tribble.
has answered that.
Hang on.
No.
Alright.
I think he had a pet tribble. Because it's exactly the sort
No,
of...
Boozy,
He would have
Boozy
written it
does
on
not have a
there.
pet
He
triple.
didn't have a pet tribble?
He did not have a pet triple, which is a good thing. Because
Because he
if he
wouldn't
did,
anymore.
he wouldn't anymore. That's right. Okay.
Alright.
Are there
Lomax,
organic
can you go and
substances
investigate?
in,
Oh, yeah.
the
This
cargo
tribble
hold
incident.
which tribble would have been feeding?
No, but there's a small amount of organic material that is consistent with a vaporized triple.
Okay. Oh, has he already scanned it?
Scan
He's
what?
going to come down.
I've scanned the
and help you.
remains.
Oh, okay. I was going to do that, but yes.
He's
Okay.
going straight from my
It's a
underwear
tribble?
job to what's left of the tribble.
When you come down, I'll explain the situation. And
I'm here. Explain.
Yep, okay. Navas explains that we were going to be replicating a replacement BPS.
For
thing.
that, you're going
When
to-
I came in here, there was a tribble sitting there, or what looked like a tribble. I destroyed it, just in case.
Is it a tribble?
Scan it. The remains are inconsistent with those of a tribble, yes.
Well done.
Captain,
No, well done.
It's a tribble.
Okay.
Can you please tell me how a tribble will get on board if nobody on board has a tribble?
Meanwhile,
I can explain that, Captain.
It just
the main replicator, which will be large enough for a
Have you ever
For
seen
a,
a tribble move?
the main
They do
replicator, which
vibrate
would
a
be big
little.
enough for this job, is the one in main engineering because it's designed to do things like building an EPS 200. So you might want to go there.
Okay. I shall leave matters in security's hands.
Okay.
We'll get on with replicating the BPS cable and
Okay.
trying to replace them with new
I
stuff.
collect the tribble and take it to containment in medical bay.
Okay.
What's left of it?
What's left of it? Yes.
When you get to medical bay, you find a triple.
Captain,
Yes?
there is a tribble in medical bay. Shall
one?
I shoot it?
No, just
Use your
contain it.
initiative.
Put
I
it in
did.
Put it in a glass jar.
I put it in a glass jar
The triple is now in a
Seal.
glass jar.
and sealed it.
The triple is now in a sealed glass
And
jar.
then I put the
Ship
remains
wide.
in containment.
If anybody finds any tribbles, please report immediately to Lomax.
Okay. Okay. Now you're in engineering.
Yes.
If we vent all the atmosphere, that should take
Looking
out all the
around
tribbles.
carefully for
Didn't we do that when we
more
turned the computer
tribbles
off?
Yes.
and anything else.
Okay. Right. So you get there. You got a 3 on your engineering roll, didn't you?
0 plus. Yes.
3. Okay. So yes, that's more than enough to replicate yourself a good EPS manifold. So you are now ready to do that, and we need a science roll.
Question.
Your turn.
Go ahead.
What colour was the tribble I just saw in the medical
It
bay?
was white and yellow.
But is it the
What
same
colour
colour?
was the tribble you saw?
3.
It was white and yellow.
It's the same freaking tribble.
Okay.
It's being replicated.
Okay. You have successfully fitted the new EPS tap, and you have and you need to make a roll. Somebody make a roll for notice.
Zero.
4.
4. You notice that you installed it backwards. Install it the right way round. Which you do. Okay. Now, that is the upgrade complete. Roll for science or engineering, whichever you prefer.
Okay.
Can we turn the power back on now?
Total of 2.
Oh, 5.
Okay, 5. The
You should be
science,
doing it.
you turn it back on and it works like an absolute charm.
Excellent.
And so you
Got
now
sensors
have...
back again.
Sensors are back, and despite all that ridiculousness, your detection range is now permanently increased by 2 hexes. So it's now D12 plus 2.
Okay.
In
Was
addition...
that the same with the con?
Yes, it
There was
was.
a permanent upgrade on the con
D3
as well.
plus 1,
Yep.
and then something.
And in
So now that we've
addition,
got the sensors.
in addition, one more threat per turn may be detected.
Oh,
Now
excellent.
the sensors are back on again. Can we run a sensor sweep of the ship for tribbles?
Tribbles, yes.
Use a tribble that's in medical bay now as a baseline.
Security roll.
Security roll, okay.
4.
The ship has been scanned for tribbles. There is one tribble. It is located in a glass jar
In medbay.
in the medbay. Okay. All right. So you have now completed your
Hang on, we still haven't explained the tribbles.
Tribble.
There's
There's
one
only
tribble.
Yeah,
In a
but it
glass
also
jar.
said there were no tribbles immediately after I vaporised it, and then the computer.
But now it's in a glass.
In
Alright,
every quarter hour, please run a scan for tribbles. If
And-
there
and-
is an increase in numbers from the current numeral value, please inform us.
His underwear, too.
What if the tribble in the
Actually, sorry, no, I made a mistake. Sorry.
It's
I
in
just
the
realised-
glass jars until it
No, I just realised the
enough to
mistake.
explode it. It should be
There are
alright.
no tribbles on board the ship.
Can you also set a force field up around this
Hang
glass
on.
jar?
There's no tribble.
There's no
in the
dribble
ship.
anymore.
Sorry, there's no tribbles on board
Is
the
there a
ship.
tribble in the jar when I visually inspect it?
There is.
Just put a force field
This
around
is not a
that
tribble.
jar.
See, it is an alien shapeshifter.
I'm containing it in the.
Ask the computer what's in the
Yes.
jar.
What's in the frickin' jar?
The jar is empty.
Can I still see something in the jar?
Yes, you can see something in the
I'm
jar.
putting in containment.
Yes, force fields around it.
Yes.
Benji will go down and do a deep scan of the science of the tribble.
Should we send 2
Congratulations,
stormtroopers with
we've
him?
just imprisoned a tribble.
Have
Well,
we
is
there's no
it a
tribbles on
hardline
board?
hologram?
The
Is it
computer
a
says that it's
renegade
not a
holodeck
tribble.
construct? I mean,
What's worse than imprisoning a tribble? Imprisoning nothing.
5.
Nothing is there.
Is it a tribble or not?
There is no tribble on board the ship.
So what is in the jar?
The jar is
Empty.
empty.
This thing is saying the jar is empty.
we have visual sighting of something
Take it out and put it on
looking
your
like a
face.
tribble
See what
inside the
happens.
jar.
Eat it.
Is it a photonic
the
construct?
tribble.
Is it a
Tribble.
renegade hologram?
I
The
will
computer is
use
telling
all
you
of
there is
these.
nothing in the jar.
Okay, hold on a second. Maybe we're going about this the wrong way. We have been having trouble with the computer because of various mishaps.
No, you fix
May the problem be with the computer and
Well,
not
in that
with
case,
the-
you could try using your tricorder.
Okay. Yeah, scan. Do you want me to make a roll?
Make a roll on science.
Oh shit.
Okay, so that's -2, total 1.
Okay, your tricorder detects nothing.
Absolutely not.
Your tricorder detects nothing.
Oh, what the hell? 0.
Your tricorder detects nothing.
There you go. There's nothing there. So
I
just leave
take
it.
the tribble in the jar.
Where did
Yes.
you
Take it down to the
Where did you find your
the ship's
My tribble was
I'm
waiting
just
for
making
me in
up a
medical
room
bay.
Yep,
the ship's workshop
yep.
and put it in a force press and squeeze it to see if it registers any substance.
You have tribble mince.
Oh god.
So you
But the-
touched the tribble.
Yeah, he took it.
Hang on, is it now a tribble though?
You touched it.
Yes.
Can we scan it?
You felt
touch
it.
the
You scan it.
It like
Yeah.
it's
The
computer says there's
but
nothing there.
if it's there's something, if there is something that's playing in our brain, then it can just make it so we can feel it just as easily as see it.
So the underwear.
So I
never
was
there.
using a machine to test the resistance
like that, wouldn't
of the dribble. That can't be
You put the
fooled.
so I had one person vaporise dribble, second one's put it in a mincer. Well done.
Okay, so when the tribbles come for us,
Put it
you
in a
know we
mincer, I
started
put it in a
it.
diamond
The first
anvil.
triple was
Being provoked.
You shot one, he put one in a vice and squeezed it to death.
We put it in.
Yeah, you're
They
right.
were 2, triples nil.
It said there was a triple when you had it in the medical bay.
Oh,
Device
At
register
what point?
resistance.
Yes, the device registered resistance.
At what point did between the computer saying there was a triple there and there wasn't a triple there? When was that point?
I think there may have been a retcon, so that was never.
There was a retcon that never detected the triple. I read the wrong thing.
So it didn't detect the first triple?
It didn't detect the first.
Who's the ship's
So when I asked if there was any triple
Hologram. We
somewhere,
have a holographic.
But no, we've got
and then
to
the sensors to use to
Um,
do
that's-
it.
that's me.
holographic, Doctor.
Okay, so
I
that
scrape
said there
the
never was
remains
a
of
triple
the
on
second
board.
triple
That is correct.
Yep.
Yes.
and take it to the ship's doctor for
Analyze
analysis.
the ship's atmosphere.
She goes, oh,
For
yuck.
foreign substances.
She goes, I'm a doctor, not a vet.
Because we
And
might
even
all
if I
just
was a
be
vet.
hallucinating.
You don't need a vet, you need an undertaker.
Jono, we
All
want
right.
to analyse
I got a 4 in analysing the atmosphere
of
for
the ship, foreign substances.
LSD.
For foreign substances.
The
Such
ship,
as
the
foreign
ship is
substances.
not showing any sign of hallucinogens.
Okay.
May I make a suggestion that you guys come over here? Because we need to actually... What time is it? It's nearly 9:30, so we want to try and do a test run of our new, nice new racing ship. Do you want to do that?
How long is it likely to take?
Well, we'll see, shan't we?
Depends how quickly we crash.
I'm frightened
Don't
now.
understand.
Are there
What?
any trolls?
No.
Not anymore.
No racing ship?
We're going to the...
There certainly is not now, because
There was
he
triple.
put it in the press.
I don't
Okay.
understand what's
That was weird. Why would she know that?
Well, we were making quite a bit of noise. She could probably hear from the other end of the
What's
house.
this got to do with the triple?
I don't know.
You guys were like triple wheeze.
Okay, the triple has been squished, so for the time being, there is no triple.
We're safe.
Well,
We've
that's
averted danger.
At least I proved there was a triple.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
But
You
if
proved
you
there
were-
was an object
if
there.
you were hallucinating,
Yeah, but I proved that it wasn't a hallucination.
Alrighty, now,
okay, you proved
For
there was
this-
a physical object there that was not a triple.
Yes.
please
No,
come over to the
I proved
spaceport
it was a triple by the time I finished.
and bring fake dice.
To relocate the camera.
Now, for this,
Have we missed something here? Or did I miss something?
Do not question.
Let me turn this around.
no, you haven't missed something. I'm just thinking we're running low on time, so I want to get to this bit. Don't worry, there will be time to worry about the triple later.
What's this bit?
This is okay. You just upgraded the ship, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to trial our new racing ship.
Oh, I see. So we're not
Yeah.
there yet. We're just practicing.
No, this is the practice. That's right. So, as you can see, the USS Balmain is over here, and the Balmain is going to be your opponent for this race.
Urban, pretend you're in the British Navy and senile.
Why did he want him to do that?
I don't know, it seemed appropriate for the situation. We're now going to trial the ship. Beep, beep.
There is the
Right.
Balmain. And now a sea shanty.
It is a bit fruity. Now, this particular practice race is a very simple one. Your job is to get from the green spot to the yellow spot. Meanwhile, the Balmain's job is to get from the yellow spot to the green spot.
We have to go around
It should be noted, yes, you have to go through. You have to go round the beacon
You have to
here.
go around the black hole.
It's not a black hole; it's just a beacon.
Can't be that hard.
Okay, I've deliberately made this so it's not particularly difficult. Okay, all right. So, basically, that's your job. You just got to get round there.
Okay.
Now, because your ship. Now, can I just go through the numbers you've got again?
Sure.
You have now managed to, and I'm just going to adjust this so that I don't forget that we've done this. So, engineering, you move forward D4 plus 2 hexes. So that's the speed roll. And By the way, the Balmain being exactly the same as you, except unmodified, will be able to do that as well. Con can now turn a total of D3 plus 1 and 1 before and 1 after moving, and at some point if you get a success on fate dice you can just issue an alternative an extra turning phase at any time, but you only get 1 per race. Okay. Science detects up to 4 threats up to D12 plus 2 hexes away. So 14 hexes away at maximum. Okay, and so I'll just get the D12 out. Sorry.
Easy.
There we go. There's the D4 and the D12.
We got this.
Okay. Ops, D4 extra. Okay, so you start with 2.
Might want to
Ops have started with 2 shield layers. And each turn you can generate an extra D4 extra shield layers.
Right.
Okay. Now, the threats that you face can be of 3 types at this point.
Triples,
Underwear?
and socks. I think we've encountered all 3.
You can encounter
We
D4
can survive here forever.
If you detect a threat, it may be one of the following. It may be D4 asteroids, D4 target drones, or a fighting drone. Okay. Now I should mention the fighting drone is, as always, it's a simulation. So rather than actually destroying the ship, it would do simulated damage. It's not actually going to kill you. Okay. Okay. So those are your possibilities. So the captain decides what order these things are get done in each turn. Now, this is something I've never tried before. I designed this on the fly. Let's see how badly it works. Let's see how well it works.
Could possibly go wrong. Off you go.
Give us our orders.
Your orders, sir.
Orders, we require orders.
Okay.
I like that nervous stand up.
Right.
Well,
Push!
the Balmain
Thrust.
makes
Push, Captain.
Forwards, push!
the Balmain makes 1 turn. So it's got another 2 turns to go. It goes D4 plus 2 hexes. So that's 6 hexes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
We've lost already.
Okay. And it can go another 2 facings. 1, 2. And it's going to scan for this particular array here. That's
Oh, do we have to scan all the arrays?
for this threat here. It's got 11, so it's going to get that threat, and that threat. And that threat there is going to be... That threat there is asteroids. D4 asteroids.
Like a game, but they come floating towards us. We have to shoot them.
So it's got 3 asteroids. Okay.
That was menacing.
Are they moving or are they stationary?
Yes, they're moving. They move towards the ship.
Right.
Obviously, they move towards the ship. Now you can choose to maneuver out of its way, or you can choose to shoot them, or you can choose to just let them hit you and take the damage. So tactical, it's got D3 plus 1 phaser shots. 4. So it's got 5 phaser shots. Okay, right. So it fires all 4. So if I can just grab another fate dice from someone, please.
Can you use one of them?
Yep, there we go. And it has 3 hits, so it takes out those asteroids quite handsomely. Okay. And that's pretty much all that it's got. Okay, so the Balmain has done its turn. It's the turn of the Tamworth.
So, we need to...
Go forward 2 spaces, turn very slightly right, and then just keep going straight ahead.
Why can't we just turn straight ahead?
Because haven't we got to go on the left side of it?
Yeah, but don't we have to detect what this thread is?
By the way, the threat,
But we will
your,
when we
your,
go
your
past
scanners,
it. Oh,
your scanners aren't particularly forced
So
to go
if
any
we go
direction.
here, and then turn, and then just fly straight down there. We only have to.
So, by the way, when you do that, just so you know the mechanics there, that means you've chosen not to turn the first time. There's one before you move and one after you move. Okay? So, to do that, what that would require is you choose not to turn 1, 2, and then you turn. Okay? But that would mean you've lost most of your maneuver phase. Okay? So,
Which way we were facing originally?
you're facing that way originally.
Okay.
So, how far are you going to go? Engineering?
Just go straight ahead then.
You can roll.
Well, let's
Then we'll be
find out.
near that
Yeah,
three.
you roll for me. I
We
know
might be able to
what
go
we're
right.
Scan it
high.
and shoot it. Like you
One.
did.
So,
Well, that
you're going
big
3.
fat-
Okay, so, and also D3 rolls for,
So we go ahead 3.
Yes.
1, 2.
Well, Captain should make that decision.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the captain-
No, I
that's
just said go straight ahead.
Okay.
So what I roll is 3 times.
D3, you roll that once and find out, is it 1? Yep, you got 3, so you've got 3 facings. You can turn up to 3 facings. Do you wish to, Captain?
Do you want to avoid that pink spot, or do you want to keep going straight ahead and destroy it as we go past?
I think we kind of have to shoot it no matter what it is.
Well, then let's just keep going straight ahead.
Okay.
See what happens.
Okay.
I don't think we can
Well,
move yet, can we?
What
No.
are the
Yeah,
tactics
facing.
of simply trying to
Bear in mind that
round the
if that's a target drone and not an asteroid,
Yeah, we do.
you act, well, there's no, you're not dead.
Should
You
we-
just have a time penalty for not shooting it.
Shouldn't we censor it or something?
Yes, you probably
Yes.
should.
Captain?
Okay.
Yes, definitely censor it.
Okay, you can see every damn thing. So let's see, where are you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12. You can see all of these. So you can see, have a look at up to 4 of them.
Well, the one right in front of us. Not really
Okay, right, that one.
Just, I don't know.
That is that is asteroids. So that was there. Hang on a minute. How many are there?
Right.
4 asteroids.
Small and nod, small and nod.
We're gonna.
Okay, 4 asteroids. Okay, 4 asteroids.
Here they come.
Now, which other ones you got? You can do up to another 3, and within 12. That's
That
it.
one and that one.
These
Yes.
Those 2. Okay, righto. That one. That's also asteroids.
2. How many?
Actually, I'll have to roll for that.
Yes.
4. Lots of asteroids. Now,
And
which it,
this one, I believe, was the other
okay,
one.
righto. So that one is a target, a fighting drone.
Okay, that's a hexagon.
That's a hexagon. The fighting drone does not move, but it can shoot.
Make it shoot the asteroid.
Okay, now
Well,
Captain
you
makes
do
You do it.
Once the asteroid has
actually
destroyed us, it will
1,
shoot the
2, 3, 4, 5,
asteroid. There's nothing else to fight.
Okay, so this one here
Are we there yet?
is within range if you want as well, because you can do up to 4.
That one, yeah, that one as well.
Okay,
Actually, no, not that one, the other one.
that one.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yep, can do it. Okay, so that one is D4 target drones.
And
4.
4 again.
4 target drones. My goodness. Now, target drones don't shoot back. They're just objects to shoot at. Okay,
For funsies.
for funsies. Okay, righto, Captain. What are your orders? You got a target-rich environment right here.
These asteroids are going to move
Shoot the
one.
closest thing.
Yeah.
How many shots
You're
do
on
we
there,
have?
Flomax. You're the shot.
We-
All right, Lomax finds out in a moment. He's got D3 plus 1 shots.
So I
So
just roll on
D3 plus 1.
okay.
Okay, so you got 3 shots. So 3 fate dice. Hang on a minute. Sorry.
Hang on.
D3 plus 1.
Yeah.
How did you
I
get
don't
3?
know.
How did I get 5
Maybe
before?
like 2.
I don't know how I got 5 before. Anyway, so you've got 3 shots anyway,
Bill the maths teacher, you asked.
How did you get 3 shots for that?
because I've got terrible mathematics.
Oh, jeez.
Yes.
So you've got You got one hit.
Does one of them spawn because I got negative?
Okay.
Yep. That's
I hit one.
Okay, you hit one. Was it the asteroids you hit?
Yes.
Okay.
Well done, Lumix.
Well done.
There are free
The
still
only way
coming
is up.
for us.
Now,
Is it too late to get into a life pod?
You're steering the ship. Please don't leave.
so the 3 asteroids
You on the other hand, you can go if you want.
come slamming into the ship.
See? Told you.
Okay, now it is time
Ow.
for each hit. What's going to happen now is that Naveus is going to operate the shields.
Thingy is.
Okay, now for each hit, you need to roll 1 fate dice.
So we got the 3.
Righty good. Good job, guys. Righty good.
Okay, so 2 of those are hits. And so the pluses means that you actually have that without any shield damage. The 1 minus means that you lost 1 facing of shield.
Did we upgrade our shields?
No, we did.
No, we didn't. Okay.
Okay.
No,
So-
I said
we were
that
gonna
it
hit
would have. Remember when I said, do we need shields?
Yes.
So that we could drive through things.
Yes, that's
And we
right.
said no.
Now, so the
we
shields.
need to know what it is we're driving through.
Now, the shields have not actually been. So it hasn't been his turn to operate the shields yet.
Shield.
So at some stage, when the commander tells him to, he can regenerate shields now. So because you're down, which you probably want to do, because you're now down to
Gentlemen,
1.
feel free at any time to do what we pay you.
Keep up.
Okay, so you can regenerate D4 shields.
D4 shield.
We do pay you.
1. So the ship is back up to 2.
We're lucky to be here.
Which is a good thing, because the next thing that's going to happen is the fighting drone is going to fire at you.
Yeah.
Captain, if you can roll a command roll.
Doesn't he power up like the Death Star?
Yep. That's it.
2.
You just got 2 for command.
You know,
So the fighting drone has the initiative on you.
Hang
Okay.
on. Can I use tactical to avoid this disaster?
No, the fighting drone thought faster than him.
Okay. The fighting
I'm
drone.
still trying to sort out how many underwear I have.
The fighting drone has D3 shots, which means it's got 2 shots at you guys. So
I don't understand these numbers either.
both hit. Shields, you need to roll 2 dice.
Shields are down.
Oh,
You've got one blank. What does the blank mean again?
What does the blank mean?
Wake up, be good.
Okay. A plus deflects a threat without penalty, and minus deflects a threat but loses a layer of shielding. Blank also deflects a threat but loses a layer
Shields
of.
are down.
Okay. So you now have 0 shielding, but you have not been hit, so you're fine for the moment.
Pissing myself right.
Is this the point where we start spending Wiener
Yes,
points?
she is,
Good.
and she's shaking her
I'm
head
glad,
sadly.
I'm glad, that's good.
Is this the point where we start spending Wiener points?
Well, they're not wisdom points; they're fate points. Have you got anything to throw at it?
In the way of aspects? Or
Yes,
just-
aspects.
Gentlemen, I think we've succeeded in letting the Klingons win.
well.
Only the calm in the face of danger. I might be able to think of something.
What are you going to do? Calm it to death?
I have no
I've got to
idea.
admit, I'm asking the same question as he is.
By remaining calm, I shall be able to think my way out of this, then make a dice roll.
It is by will alone I set my mind in motion.
Yeah, something like that. No, but it's probably
Use of
not.
Sophie.
Just forget it.
Okay.
It was worth a try, but nah.
Meanwhile-
it's not going to work.
These asteroids are starting to head towards you. Now, these do not have any kind of
Engines.
so they're just drifting at the right speed, which is 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
What are we, a black
1,
hole?
2,
They
3,
went,
4.
they went faster than what we did.
Turn on the asteroid magnet!
I'm being a little dodgy here just to spread them out a bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, righto. But they will keep moving that way. So if you can sort of get out of that area, you're probably okay.
And then Von Hipper's cruisers turned that way.
First thing Rose said to turn slightly left, go forward.
Now, the Balmain, meanwhile,
We did that.
No, we didn't.
Balmain has
That
one
was better
facing.
than turn and move.
That's before we knew what the mechanics were.
So,
We know how. We're going to win.
it can turn that way. It's rolling
No, we're going to get destroyed.
for 1, 2, 3.
These guys are
4,
going to have a
5,
dream
6.
run.
Okay, now
I
D12.
don't understand why the Balmain's not going to the competition. Can anyone explain that to me?
Because the Balmain is a holographic ship that doesn't really exist. Have you picked this up?
Why don't we become a hologram?
Captain,
This is actually a simulation. I don't know.
if it's drifting off this way, we head over here.
Okay.
We can't. That's illegal. We've got to go round the black hole.
Yeah, we go over to here and then go over there.
Oh, that's insane!
I need another drone, I think.
That's the general custom maneuver!
We flank them from the rear.
If we break the ship into two.
Oh, we separate the saucer that we don't have.
Well, I was about to say, if we have shuttlecraft, can we use the shuttlecraft to distract the shooty thing and sneak around?
We just plough the shuttlecraft into the shooting thing.
You're using your shuttlecraft as guided missiles. Excellent. No,
You're thinking laterally.
you really are, aren't you? Okay. Okay, so this one, the captain's got 2, which means 1, and does it get outthought by the drone? Yes, it does. The drone fires first.
What exactly has to cross the finish line to win?
Our ship.
We have to
Just be
get...
one of them.
Okay. It fires 2 shots.
So
Both
In
hits.
space.
back on
Like
that.
from a torpedo jet.
Sorry.
You're gonna. Yeah.
The Balmain loses 2 shield facing. So the Balmain is currently
Fly the course yourself.
now there,
What could go wrong?
but its shields are now on 4. So the Balmain is 4.
Your helmet
If we strap
melts.
the impulse engines to the back, to your back,
So what was the maximum distance we can move? It's D12 plus 1?
D4 plus 2
Where the skin goes.
because you haven't modified the engines, right?
Just at the back
Now the
of
Balmain is going to fire its phases.
Captain Smear one again.
Okay, that's 3 shots plus 1, so that's 4 shots. 1 hit, and the drone has 2 shields, but it deflects it easily. Okay, your turn.
Bank left.
Well, we've basically... Okay, I can see 3, definitely 2, but possibly a third one. We can rotate this way and go out on this
Yes,
direction.
yes, bank left.
Can we go...
How much rotation can you do?
No, don't. Just bank left and then do a right.
Okay.
Yes, that was my original plan.
Yeah,
I quite like
yes.
that.
Not much.
Yes.
So you can rotate
Okay.
1 shield facing.
I get it.
Did we just get a movement of 1?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so hang on. How
No,
much?
that was a rotation. So we went from there, rotate
Okay,
one.
how fast can you go?
100.
Go.
roll for me, please.
Okay. You got to think about dice, have you?
No. It's
So
just a little
D4
touching.
plus...
Oh, right, good point. Okay, D4 plus 2, so you got 6.
So we can't actually bank
1,
again, I
2,
take it.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay, you got off the board, but I'll leave it to there.
I
Now these things were moving in such a direction that they're not going to
Yeah.
be any bother.
Now,
to you
I would
anymore.
strongly suggest that we would need to
Now,
regenerate our
He
shield
can
layers.
turn again at the end of the go.
Yes, he can, but he's already turned all his D3.
We're out of turns. Could we
Although,
shoot
hang
the
on a minute,
drone?
you
No, I can make a one. Oh, do we?
no
use
D3
this,
plus 1, so you've got another facing that you can turn.
Oh, well, let's.
Oh yes, go
Another
right,
one.
yes.
Okay, now you do need to regenerate shields. You do need to shoot at the drones. Remember, these ones are just target drones, so you need to shoot them. Otherwise, you lose. You lose time in your. By the way, I'm just going to let you know you don't actually have to finish this race. This is just a.
We just wait for the Balmain to blow up.
No, I'm just.
No,
Looking,
Balmain's waiting for us to...
I'm looking at the time and realizing something.
No, but it can still blow
It's a
up.
hologram.
It's a holographic
Still
component.
blow up.
What about all the holographic widows and orphans?
It's actually operated by
Put it in the
tribbles.
jar with the tribble.
No, it is. It's a tribble ship, and it's still beating us.
So, I'll point out the bleeding obvious. Quite
Suppose
apart
a
from
diamond
this
anvil
obvious,
would work, we'd have to
which
use
is an
a
obvious
photonic
threat,
anvil.
and these which need to be taken off, otherwise we lose points. So we do now have these two as
Yeah, we
potential
need
threats.
to do a scanning roll. Let's.
I'm rolling for Benji. 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plus 1, 2. So yeah,
What's that thing?
just that one there.
Which consists of what?
That is. I haven't got what I was hoping for yet, but that's D4 asteroids,
The planet eater.
3 asteroids. I can't remember where I put it. That was a
So,
smart one.
what were you hoping for?
I prefer the planet eater.
I was hoping for sensor glitch, but anyway,
Sensor?
sensor glitch.
Oh, okay.
Right. So anyway, so there's three asteroids heading straight for the
So
ship.
we have the death torpedoes coming right at us, and the thing that's going to snipe us.
So who's our So who's going to?
Shields.
Shoot at it.
Shields, I
Not
think.
me.
Well, no, you don't necessarily. If you're going to shoot, Captain? What do you want to shoot at?
You have 3 choices. You have asteroids, target, thingy drone,
Death drone.
and target drone.
Are the asteroids going to hit us now?
If you don't dodge out of the way, yes.
And we have no shields?
At the moment, that is
At
correct.
the moment, it would probably be a really good idea to regenerate some shielding.
And the shooty shooter is also going to shoot us?
Okay, so
Yeah, the shooty. By the way, do you command roll?
Wouldn't it be more important to do the shields before
Are you
anything
actually
else?
sitting on the bridge and you say, and the shooting? Do you actually say that?
Yep.
Shieldy,
No wonder you rolled
shooty.
nothing.
4. Okay, and the command, the drone just beat you with that, that's a bit weird. I wasn't expecting that either. Okay, it's got 3 shots. It's firing at you.
Question: what do I use tactical for?
Sorry.
What do I actually use tactical for?
In this context, that's for when you're doing other role playing. In this, we're
Okay.
Yep, not here.
yeah. Okay.
It's tactical later.
so how many
If we live.
shield layers? D4 plus
Okay.
1.
Okay. So there's
This
one
is the anti-Kobayashi Maru. You
Yeah.
can't
roll with a fake dice.
Will, yeah.
Oh, hang on. You rolled your shield first.
Not yet. It's
I
D4
suggest you do that.
plus 2.
Okay, so 2. So you've now got two shields. Mm-hmm. Okay, so roll. So you've only been hit by 1 phaser shot. Mm-hmm. Roll a fake dice, and you took it deflected with the cost of a shield layer. So you're down to 1 shield layer.
At this stage, my character thinks about the simulated Klingon bar fight.
Can I shoot at the asteroids now? They're about to crash into us.
Please do.
What do I roll?
Okay,
Have we
roll
got shields at it, by the way?
D3.
We've got 1 shield.
So we've got 1 shield.
So you've got 2 shots plus
Asteroids
1, so
and,
3 shots.
Shooty.
Shooty.
So I take 3 of these.
Your words, Captain, not mine.
I agree completely with whatever you
3 shooties.
Oh, I actually hit something.
He wipes out all 3 of them because they've got no shields or anything because they're just rocks.
Well done.
Well, we defeated rocks. We're brave.
We're good enough to work on the Balmains.
Captain, something's breaking.
I don't.
Okay. Now, the reason I said we don't have to finish this because it's just a simulation
Yeah.
is actually a practical one, which is I'm looking at it being 10 to 10. Is that a problem for people?
If I'm able to get a lift with Urban and get dropped off at Epping, then no, that's not a problem.
Okay, righto, that's fine. So we'll keep going for a little while longer then.
Sure.
Okay, righto then. The Balmain takes its turn. It rotates. Let's see, D3 plus D3 facings. It's got two. Oh, thank you. Good, thank you. Okay, it's going to take its first one, and then it's going to roll D4. 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then it's going to turn the other one. Now, it's going to D12. Well, that sucked. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the only one there. So I'm going to roll for that. It is 4, which is another damn combat drone. Okay, right there. So, this combat drone rolls for command. It's got 1. This one rolls for command. It's got 1.
When do we do this race? Will all the other ships be next to us?
No, I think we only race against.
Well, he's managed to get the initiative on them. So,
So it'll
he's
be
going
like
to.
this 2 different directions.
I think
He's got maximum
There's
phasers.
3 of us.
So 4 phaser shots.
4.
He's got 4 phaser
What's
shots.
the 4th guy?
Us,
So
Fringy.
No,
Why
I
don't
thought
you roll
we
against the
were up against the
The green,
first.
greens,
Fringy, Romulans, and Klingons.
Oh, Romulans. Okay.
greens, blue.
because when we get around the black hole,
Both of them
there'll
miss.
be nothing there. We'll be blown up.
That's our home stretch.
Now, this one fires
That's how we won the last one.
two shots from this one,
So we should work on the speed.
2 shots from this one. So both of them fire 2 shots.
With shields and the speed, like I said.
1 hit.
I don't think all the speed in the universe would have helped rolling 1 twice.
True.
Okay, so it's got 1 hit, and it deflects it without penalty. Okay, over to the Tamworth.
Captain.
We want to. Okay, these have to be destroyed. Do we have to destroy the combat
Yes, either of those that don't get destroyed have a time penalty.
Okay.
I don't know what time helmets are. That just sounds
Time penalty.
Not time helmets.
So can we just drive straight ahead,
Yep.
right across
And then shoot it
and then
as we
turn
go.
slightly right,
Yeah.
Okay,
and you can shoot it as we go past.
so we roll. You want me to roll for?
Should we shoot it first? And then-
Okay, you've got maximum speed. You've got six hexes of movement.
Okay.
Go
Just
6 and then we'll shoot it on the way past.
5, 6.
So I
We
open,
don't have to right next to it now.
so I open fire.
Yes.
Well, first you've got to find out if you've got an initiative on it. So, Captain, you roll for it. Can you beat 2?
Yes.
You can. Okay, you've got the drop on it. So you've got. Okay, you roll D3 plus 1. How many shots do you get? You get a total of 2 shots. So
I understood that one.
Yeah. But last time we got 3 when we were on the field.
Well,
Say that louder.
you missed it.
3.
Okay,
We
well,
missed it.
I
You
used
missed
up all
it.
the shots last time.
it's got 2 shots at you. It misses you too, so that's okay.
Oh, we miss it.
Shields.
Good idea.
My dice. Much better.
Okay, so you've now
Actually,
got.
more than 1.
You're actually up to 4 now. Okay, good.
Because only 4 objects can hit us.
Now the Balmain, it's staying right where it is because it's in a target-rich environment.
Well, okay.
So its captain decides that it's going to fire at these target drones. So it's got
Do you get extra points for shooting at the target drones?
no. That's just if you don't take them out, you lose lose time.
Ah, right, okay.
So he's got 2. Okay, so by the way, D3, right? So 1 or 2 is 1. 3 or 4 is 2. 5 or 6 is 3. Plus 1. So that was 1 because it was 2. It's just everyone's looking mystified when I roll a D3.
No,
so
it was more when you rolled a 2
And
plus
told us
1 and told us it was 3.
Yeah.
That mystified us.
that's because I'm really sucking.
I don't know why you're laughing. This is like playing one of your miniature war games.
Okay.
Plus 3 because you haven't moved.
It's got 2
minus
shots,
2
okay? We're
for
just going
the
to fire
hill.
at both.
And you're
Fire both
green,
of them.
so
So,
it's
yeah,
plus
so
7.
1.
Misses both of them.
What do I get picked? Just roll! Just roll!
Because he fired at them, not these. These guys get an unopposed shot at
I
him.
just think you're greatly simplifying things just for fun.
This one has 1 shot. This one also has 1 shot. So
Really, at this point, if we all just left the room, he wouldn't know and the whole simulation would just do itself.
No, that's true.
That's true.
I'm sorry, okay? I'm trying to...
No, it's fine.
No, you
Okay,
keep
well,
going.
nothing
You're
happened
enjoying
over
yourself.
here.
Go right
Just
ahead.
nothing happened.
No, nothing. No,
Nothing.
I'd like to
We
scan
need to do
ahead.
shooty. Okay, scannies.
Can we do our things in whatever order we want?
Yes, you can.
Yes, Urban makes the decision though.
Yeah, Urban, I suggest we... Captain,
Urban's not listening.
I suggest we fire at this thing on our right again.
Well, he's suggesting
Before
that
we
we...
move.
He's suggesting that we do a scan before we do anything else.
Did we do a scan last bit?
Yeah, you did, yes.
Did we not reach the...
Oh, hang on. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's the scan you got was very low last time, so it wasn't. You didn't reach it. So you got to roll for scan. I'll roll for Benji.
You know what I've noticed?
We're doing a scan now?
No, you know what
I
I've
thought we had
noticed?
to move first.
Only when
no.
we scan and we
You decide
identify.
the order.
We can do these things in any order.
My suggestion is don't scan and it won't come after us.
If we
Like,
don't
if
know
we
what
do
it is,
this,
it can't attack
It
us.
can't attack.
Jono
us.
notes a thing to be changed next time.
That's weirdly true.
Yes.
All right, shoot that
This
thing
is
there.
the towel strategy. If we can't see it, it can't see us.
Woohoo!
That's true.
Okay, rolling. So that's
Right.
1
Three.
plus
Wasn't
2.
that the same as the bug butter beast of trial?
I get
Okay.
2 shots, the same
You get
as
2
last
shots.
time.
What are you shooting at first?
Or did you
The
say
bingy
trial?
bonky.
Shoot
I
at the
said
blinky
towel.
blink.
You've got to get me a towel. With
Which blinky blink is he shooting at?
Bingy bonky blinky blink.
He knows.
The bingy bonky blinky
Okay, right, fair enough. Before you do that, Captain, roll for initiative.
Oh, because they might do it.
Because it might shoot you first.
Because the drone might be smarter.
Always those.
And it will be, because it's 4.
I'm 14.
Okay, so it's at the same time.
Roll up. Oh, come on. It should be
So it's going to find out how much it gets to fire. It gets 3 shots.
We have shields.
2 hits. Roll for save.
Okay.
Both take a shield battering, but you
Do we
lose
now
down
have
to
no
2.
shields?
No, you're down to 2.
I will now shoot.
Shoot at the pinky bonk.
I'm afraid.
You kill it.
Yay.
Can we
Don't
go
you
forward
just
now?
yay me.
Fly
Yes, you can.
forward.
Yeah, into or towards
Did we
that.
scan?
No, you haven't
Towards
scanned
that,
yet.
towards
Where
that
are
thing
we
that we don't know what is.
2.
Okay, 2.
No,
No, scan 2.
I'll scan 2.
that's
Right.
not. That's not move.
12, you can scan.
We didn't move back.
What's that thing?
No, we'll reveal
that
both
thing?
of them if we can get both of them.
You can get both of
Okay,
them.
well,
What are those
tell
things?
Tell us what they
Okay,
are.
let's find
What
out.
are they?
That one is asteroids.
A triple.
Space boogies.
Well, he rolled low. I thought it might
Hey,
be
what-
something like just
Little.
soft.
Very little.
Yeah,
Where's my default?
Giant
Very little.
space triple.
Oh, there it
a
is.
little asteroid, like a pebble, like a gallstone. That's all. It is.
It's 1 asteroid.
See? That's
Oh,
And
Well,
this one here,
it. It'll take us down. You watch.
it's Elon Musk's motor
that
car.
one
Yes.
is a sensor glitch, finally.
Oh, fantastic!
Okay, so what does sensing glisters actually mean in this?
All right,
It's
let's
not there.
fly. Let's do it. Let's.
Okay,
Am I
so-
flying? Am I rolling to fly forward?
Fly towards the asteroid.
But don't
Yeah.
hit it.
Hang on, if we fly towards it, it's not moving towards us, is it? That's
It's-
unlikely that there would be the
Have you
third
moved
of
this turn?
asteroids that
No.
is flying
It's,
towards us.
it's moving towards you.
Uh,
Okay, the
Oh, it's not the
asteroids.
scan.
Okay, remember it's a simulation. The whole idea is it's a setup. It's a
We
it's a
just need
race.
to bypass.
So the asteroids fly at you the moment that you happen to be flying. At the moment when you discover them.
How many turns can we do? You're about to roll for that, aren't you?
I'm about to roll
can move.
for like
we can
how
change
far we
direction,
can go.
move,
I
change
think.
direction.
Shouldn't we work out how many turns we can do first before we
That
do
would be a very smart idea.
What do you mean?
As in, how much turning can you actually do?
Is that what I'm doing?
Well, we
Yes,
can
you are, so-
turn, move, turn.
Oh, that one.
But the turn, you mean how many?
I mean, we need at least.
Okay, so D3 is 2
2.
plus 1, so you got 3. You got 3 turns.
We got 3 turns.
Okay, so you
Oh,
can,
that's perfect then.
so you can turn up to 3, or
Yeah.
or you can turn 2.
Where do you want to go? Towards the black hole.
It's heading on a trajectory towards us, but it can't actually chase us, so we just
No.
have to get out of its
We
way.
can't actually. Yeah, it won't
Yeah,
be
we'll
able
just
to-
go right by.
If we turn right and go, we'll end up there. If we go straight ahead, we'll end up there. If we go left, we're going to go off the board.
Just go straight.
We can
So
go-
going, there's no point in moving. I don't think. No.
No, we can, we can
These
move
ones
around.
need
No,
to be
don't forget,
destroyed.
you've got to
That-
destroy those, but you've also got to beat the.
Yeah.
Why do we have to destroy those?
Aren't they asteroids?
These are target drones.
Oh,
So why are we doing that?
They need to be destroyed, otherwise we
Because
get
you get a
penalty.
time penalty when you get to the other end.
we can shoot them as we go by.
Yeah.
We've got 3 turns. We can just turn a bit closer. Like you said, we turn right, get a bit closer to them, and just keep going straight towards this thing. So like around that way.
Yep. Okay.
Do I
Sounds
roll
good.
now to see
So
how
turn
far
one
we
right.
go? Is that what
Turn
I-
one right.
No.
Good.
Go forward. We need the engine.
Okay,
for that.
engine.
engine.
I'll roll for that
We need
because
a yes.
Ray doesn't like
we
touching
just-
my filthy dice. So
It's only
1,
50.
2, 3.
That'd be the only reason.
And now turn one left.
One left.
Yep.
Good. Excellent. And now you want to fire at your target drones.
We already fired this turn.
Yes.
Did you already try this
Yes,
turn?
we
Okay.
can.
And we've already scanned this turn, and we've
Okay.
moved this turn, and we've
I think
defeated
the only
this
thing
turn.
we need to do is regen the shields. if I
Regen the
remember
shields. Yes,
correctly.
do that.
2, so
We're
that
back up to
becomes
4. Okay, now the Malmain is still staying still and it's still firing. So it's
No, he's alright.
okay.
Yeah.
All right, still it's still staying still and firing. So the tactical officer rolls.
What time are we going to?
Probably it's 10
now.
o'clock. So I probably should kick you guys out pretty much now. Is that okay with you?
Sure.
That was exciting.
I'm glad. So okay, what I'm just going to say here is does that system actually work reasonably well?
Sure.
Is there anything I need to fix?
Could you have it so that this is weird, but it felt very constrained in the hexes
Right.
movement. So an option to change it would be to actually treat the lines as spaces, so that you can actually, instead of turning, instead of turning one
Yeah.
to there, you turn one to there and then move forward one. So that gives you more degrees of freedom.
So you can. What you're saying is you can move there, or you can move
So
along
keep,
the line.
Keep the turns the same, but I'm actually saying reduce the amount we can actually turn. So that's 1 turn, that's 2 turns, that's 3 turns.
Hang on.
But you can
But
move
it's
along.
Still, it's still six
Sorry, can you
directions.
show me what you mean by that with the ship?
So, yep. So I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
I can go 1, 2. Obviously, I could do 1 turn and go 1, 2.
Oh, right. Okay. Yep. Fair enough.
So
So
it gives you more spatial options. 1,
okay.
2,
Yep. I'm happy
3.
with that.
It just doubles the number of directions we can go in.
The only question I've got with that is, does that cause a problem from the point of view of do I need to add